Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the Watertown Municipal Arena. We get set for another exciting Federal Prospect Hockey League matchup between your Watertown Wolves and the visiting Binghamton Black Bears. Binghamton opened up their new season here this year with a couple of games here in Watertown. Watertown took game number 1, and Binghamton came back and took the second game, getting their first win in their brief history. My name is Jeff Barrett, going to take you through your action tonight. Joining me tonight, Colby Smith is up here with me. Colby, one of the brightest young announcers in the game. He's been doing a lot of work with the Elmira Enforcers back during their tenure in Elmira. He does professional basketball. You do a little of everything, Colby.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for having me up here tonight, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
So we've talked a lot about what you've got going on. We'll just give people a little bit of a background. I mean, our regular fans probably have heard you before. You broadcasted a couple of Watertown Wolves games when they were in Elmira playing.
Yeah, I did. That was a fun experience. It was nice having you guys help set that up for me. Spent 2 years interning with the Enforcers, their last 2 years in Elmira, and now I'm the voice of the Elmira Junior Enforcers and their media relations coordinator as well, and talking about basketball, the broadcaster for the Binghamton Bulldogs of the ABA. So, yeah, you could say I do a little bit of everything, especially in the winter.
And this is still going on while you're still in high school and then traveling all over the state doing this stuff.
Yeah, well, like I always tell everybody, my most fun days don't come in the classroom, but they come when I'm on the road calling games.
Now, you had a chance to work with John Clement down there, good friend of both you and I think John's going to be listening tonight, the former announcer for the Binghamton team, and now Elmira, and now he's moved his way out to Danville, I believe.
Yeah, with the Vermilion County Bobcats of the SPHL, and they got a few connections to Binghamton. A couple of the guys on their roster have their rights retained by Binghamton, and they've also had some transactions of guys coming back and forth between the Black Bears and the Bobcats, so huge shout out to John.
So let's talk about tonight's matchup. I mean, these teams have seen each other 5 times already. Wolves winning 4 of those contests, but the Binghamton's been in every one of them. The last one, a little bit of a blowout down in Binghamton just a week ago. But these two teams are seeing a lot of each other early.
Considering that this is going to be Game 17 for the Black Bears and just going to be Game 16 for Watertown, you could say that they've seen a lot of each other to this point. Yeah, Watertown, their fans haven't been treated to all too many home games in this building so far. This is just going to be Game 7 at home for the Wolves so far. Their last one came December 11th when they took down the Delaware Thunder 6-3. But the Wolves have outscored the Black Bears 14-4 over the course of the last 2 games, including, like you mentioned, that 8-3 showdown on Saturday down in Binghamton, where Tyler Jurich got the scoring going for Binghamton, the former Watertown Wolf, to get the teddy bear toss started. But then the Wolves rebounded with 6 to the net 7 and ultimately grabbed that 8-3 win.
We'll take a quick look here before both teams take the ice. Our starting lineups here tonight for the visiting Binghamton Black Bears. Joe Shepard's going to get the start in between the pipes here tonight. Going on the left wing will be Brett Parker. He'll get the start on the left-hand side. Right side, it'll be Nikita Ivashkin will start on the right wing. Center will be Josh Newberg. Igor Nazov will start on the left D side. And back in the Watertown building, it's been a number of years, but Kyle Powell is going to go on the right defense for the Black Bears here tonight. In the pipes for Watertown, back in the action, got back on loan from the SPHL. Brendan Colgan is going to get the start for Watertown. Looking along, Colin Chamelka is going to start on the left wing. Johnny Bonta will go on the right side. Cole McKechnie is going to get the start at center here this evening. On the defensive end, it'll be Justin Coachman going on the left side. And Griffin Biedren, who just got into the lineup a couple weeks ago, he'll go on the right-hand side.
And it looks like we're going to go dark here in Watertown. The Wolves, they've had lineup changes throughout the season so far, and getting Colgan back definitely going to be a big boost between the pipes for them. He started the season 5-1 across his first 6 starts. And now that he only went up and played just 1 game in Notchville, he's surely going to be back and excited to get back between the pipes for the Watertown Wolves, especially here in front of a jam-packed home crowd, as this is going to be the Wolves' last home game before Christmas.
And the Wolves will be back in action this Monday night. That's another odd scheduled night, but we'll be back here on Monday night for another FPHL matchup. The Delaware Thunder making their way back into the Watertown Municipal Arena.
just seems like this year has been a really odd year when it comes to scheduling. We were talking about it earlier, but looking ahead at the schedule, Watertown going to have 6 of their next 7 here at the Watertown Municipal Arena, with a trip to Binghamton scattered in there in the month of January. But the Wolves, the team that spent the least amount of time at home so far in the FPHL this season, is going to be excited to get these next few games at home in front of this crowd and get them some Watertown Wolves first place hockey.
Absolutely. It'd be great to have the crowd in here. We've had great turnout so far. Like you said, early season. Of course, you talked about it earlier tonight when we got together that, you get that little winning streak going, you get on top, and that brings the people out. They want to see some good hockey, and they're happy to see what's going on in the early part of the season here.
Well, and of course in Watertown here too, everybody just gets behind this team. They didn't have the chance last year to have a season here with things obviously not going the way everybody would have hoped with that series that was scheduled against Elmira. So the Wolves, this is basically the first time back in almost 2 years that they've had hockey in their building. So the fans, you can just see it on their faces despite having the mask down there with the New York restrictions and everything. But you can see it. They're excited to be here, and that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting ready to, they are meeting the home lineup here today, the starting lineup, I should say, from house announcer Brian Hunsinger. In just a second, we will turn you over to Brian for our national anthem and the introduction of our guests here this evening.
And before we go too much further, we'll also go through the scratches for tonight. Looking on the Binghamton side, it's going to be Mikhail Shaloff, who's got a family emergency. He'll be out tonight alongside Tyler Jurich, Anthony Merrigan, MJ Merkel, and Larry Yeleny, all who didn't make the trip tonight for Binghamton. And on the side of the Watertown Wolves, it's going to be Gregory Hussey, Zach Huggins, Jimmy Lodge, Troy Taylor, and Brent Clark, who, of course, doesn't play too often for the Watertown Wolves, but when he does, it's usually a situation when they're strapped. Was looking forward to seeing Jimmy Lodge in action tonight for the Watertown Wolves, being as the pro resume he's got, but not going to be in the lineup tonight. But the Wolves still going to have a stacked lineup. They're really talented this year, really skilled, and just a very fun team to watch.
So the lights coming back on here. We'll get ready to turn you over to house announcer Brian Hunsinger. Well, Kobe, we'd be remiss if we didn't say Merry Christmas to everybody. A couple days away. We want to be the first ones to wish you that Merry Christmas and hope you're all set for a great holiday week coming up wherever you may be. And look at this coming over for the puck drop. One of the fan favorites here for a number of years. Switching over to the other side, Kyle Powell back in the Watertown Municipal Arena. The fans absolutely love him, and he'll square off with J-Mac, Justin McDonald, for our drop of the puck here this evening.
The next gentleman needs no introduction.
Well, I do got to say, being as this is the first time I've seen Binghamton on the road this year, these Black Bears road sweaters really are sharp. Binghamton did a great job with their color scheme for this season. The whole black with the green and the white, it just looks really good out there, really easy to spot. And, of course, the Wolves jerseys you can never underestimate to go to the blue.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you nailed it right on the head right there. Every announcer will agree with you. You got to love a good sweater that you can read everything on it. It pops right off, and these are great jerseys, and they look really good out here. Watertown in their home blues tonight. They'll be going from right to left to kick things off here tonight. One more time, we want to welcome you inside the Watertown Municipal Arena. The Watertown Wolves hosting the Binghamton Black Bears. My name is Jeff Barrett. Colby Smith standing right by my side. And over here to our right, Eric Thorstein on the cameras. And we are ready for Watertown Wolves hockey.
The starting group for Binghamton produces a lot of offense right from the get-go. They've had a handful of games this year where they've gotten the first goal that has come in just the first couple of minutes. They've gotten the first goal on the first shift twice this year. And as they bring Josh Newberg to the middle against Cole McKechnie, we're ready to go.
Cole McKechnie's going to win it back towards the Watertown end. The Black Bears from there taking a swipe at it into the offensive end, but gathered up by Coachman. He'll get it to Chamelka near side. Chamelka's just going to dump into the offensive zone. It'll go into the corner. Giving chase is McKechnie. Had it poked away on the backside and turning back the other way with Nazoff. He'll send it out to neutral ice area. Going to get gathered up. Ivishkin goes down the near side. He'll get taken off the puck. It should be by Coachman, and then a big shot coming. That goes high over Colgan. Powell not able to keep it in the zone as it pokes back out to neutral ice. Chamelka had it, McKechnie had it poked away. Did get it to Johnny Bonta. He'll let a shot go. That hit his skate and went to the corner. Never got through. Josh Newberg sends it out through a neutral ice area. Tried to get it to Brandon Cotrado, one of the newly signed Binghamton Black Bears. Cotrado, a veteran of the FPHL. Puck goes into the offensive end for Watertown, but gathered up and controlled by Powell. He'll send it cross ice onto the far side. Fitzgerald had it, tried to get it out to Cotrado. Cotrado able to slide it into the offensive end. Lane King back for Watertown will turn. He'll drop it off for McDonald. McDonald all the way cross ice to King as they play catch. He'll slide it into the offensive end. Biedron going to go, that is Delina. Delina swapped sweaters here a couple weeks ago, changed numbers. So Delina into the offensive end. They try to keep the puck in. Jemayev, one of the leading scorers in the FPHL, lets one go, and a big save off the shoulder of Joseph Shepard, and then carried out through center. Ellsworth had it, sent it all the way across ice, giving chase was Haletzi. He let a shot go. Wolves will control. Jemaev's just going to lift that one out of the zone. Tried to send it through center. Was knocked down by Fitzgerald. Heads right back the other direction. And this will go down into the corner. Brendan Ash controlling for Watertown. Ash, a local product from just up the road in Copenhagen, New York, as the puck will come out to the near side. Sending it back in was D'Angelo. Tried to turn it over. Puck came right back in front and controlled wraparound attempt on the far side by Stevens. That one missed, and the Wolves with an opportunity to break out here. Down the far side, Brandon Day goes to the front of the goal, backs it up, and that one kicked off the stick and up into the air by Shepard. Puck all the way back out to neutral ice again. Slaketka slides back, picks it up in the Watertown end. Got it back to DiCostanzo. He'll turn, get us to Day on the far side. Day tried to get it back to DiCostanzo, and it's going to roll right in. Shepard's going to cover that one up, and we'll get our first stop of the night.
Well, if we're going to have a game like this, a trap meet back and forth, 2:36 already gone in this one, and you can see it 3 shots apiece for both sides. The chance is plentiful. You had a wraparound chance on the Binghamton side of things that couldn't find its way into the back of the net. Then you had Watertown jamming a couple of shots on Joe Shepard, but Shepard a wall in net for Binghamton this season. One of the goalies in the FPHL has seen the most minutes so far this season, despite his numbers of .459 goals against average and an .898 save percentage that really don't show the impact he's had on this Black Bear squad.
So DiCostanzo into the circle against Josh Newberg for the Black Bears. Newberg control, got it back to Powell. Powell sent it near side, gathered up, got out to Ivishkin on the near side, able to get it out to neutral ice area. Parker had it, was taken off the puck heavily by Biedron and sent right back in to the Black Bears end. Puck sent all the way around. Kyle Powell controlling on the far side, come right through the slot, gave it to Parker. Parker's going to wheel right back into his own end, though. Controlling there, he's getting some pressure from Johnny Bonta, not able to get it out of the zone. Wolves in very heavily on the forecheck here. McKechnie in with Chamelka and Bonta in the big collision here near side. Kyle Powell will control. 16:44 remaining in the opening frame here from the Watertown Municipal Arena. Newberg controls, sends it off the half-board out to neutral ice area. Wolves able to get it right back onto the offensive side. Bonta keeps it in the zone, goes right to the front of the goal, lets a shot go, that hits the stick, and up and out of play.
Well, I really think Binghamton was looking for the offsides call on that one. You had a guy streaking down far side, and you had a guy coming up the middle near side, and rightfully it should have been an icing call, but with the puck going out of play, Binghamton's just going to forget about that one and bring their second unit back out here to the ice.
Yeah, Newberg was over here questioning the official on that one. And yeah, they were right on top of that line, and it looked like it came outside. So the faceoffs come back to LaBelle. He tried to slide it forward. That got taken away. Aldor sent it out, got it to Contrado. Contrado into the offensive end, but Lane King's going to take it away for Watertown. Sends it far side. Bonta just turns back into the Watertown corner. Contrado all over his back will take the puck away, but Lane King robs him, sends it out to the far side. Bonta wheels back to the Watertown end, looks cross ice, gets it to Josh LaBelle. LaBelle's going to lift that towards center. That one was broken up, but somehow slides into the Binghamton end. Going to go rattle all the way around to the far side. Contrado races back, able to slip that one out of the zone on the far point. Thomas Aldworth has it, and that's going to get up and out of play into the Binghamton bench.
The Bears have had problems. I'll just put it at that. They've had problems keeping the puck out of their own net so far this season. They've been outshot in all but 3 of their games so far this season. They're just a team that struggled on the defensive side of the puck so far, and playing a high-power team like Watertown, they just got to keep the foot on the gas, keep this game slowed down.
And like you said earlier, it's been a track meet so far up and down the ice, so they do need to kind of slow down that flow of the game. They get it in the offensive end. D'Angelo sends it all the way around. That's going to rattle around the dasher to the far side. Gathered up by Stevens, sent right back in behind the Watertown goal. Racing the near side, Jamayev in a collision with D'Angelo, and then taken away. Justin McDonald gets behind the defense, skates down one-on-one, goes backhand, and that one missed on the far side, rattled all the way around. Wolves able to keep it, and now that got outside the zone, so the Wolves had to get back on. That one did skip outside the line. LaBelle had it, got it to to McDonald. McDonald able to slide that one through. Jamayev controlled far side, had the puck taken away off by Eric Oganazayev as that one was taken down. Comes back out to center ice, settling the puck down was Abbott. Lets a big shot go, miss high off the glass near side. That's going to get touched up and out of play, and we're going to get our first timeout of the night, our under 15 timeout here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. No score here in this matchup between Binghamton and Watertown.
Well, that shot for Justin McDonald where he tried to go forehand backhand and take that one over the shoulder of Joe Shepard had to have been the best chance that we've seen so far. Watertown leading this game in shots 4-3 so far, but Justin McDonald, we were talking about it off mic a little bit before the game, but he's been one of the most productive players in the FPHL so far this season. He's a big part of this leadership group for Watertown. He was supposed to play up here last year, but then Coach Brent Clark convinced him to come on back up here, and he's going to be in a tie atop the FPHL for points alongside Nikita Iveshkin from the Binghamton Black Bears, who's been pretty quiet here over the first 5 minutes of the game. He's got 22 goals so far this season, and his pace of goal scoring has just been something remarkable through the season's first quarter mark. But McDonald's going to be second in points per game average at 2.5, second in power play goals, and he's got the best plus-minus by a landslide with a plus 29. The next closest is going to be plus 15, Johnny Ruiz with the Danbury Hat-Trick, who have a 2-0 lead over the Delaware Thunder in the only other FPHL game going on here tonight.
So making their way back out onto the ice, and looks like they're going to bring the face-off outside of the Watertown zone. McKechnie skates in against Newberg. McKechnie wins it back for Watertown. Coach was just going to slide it across the ice. That'll get sent out by Biedron, send that one forward, and that's going to miss everybody, and we'll get an icing call, and we'll come back to the Watertown end and try it one more time.
Watertown's been one of the best teams in the face-off circle so far this season. Of course, you don't keep track of face-off percentage in the FPHL, but Watertown, watching back the game tape from Saturday when they played in Binghamton, they've just been a team that gets right in there. They got the guys up the middle who can win the draws.
Face-off comes back to the near point. Powell had it, sent it across ice. Shot coming off the stick of Nazoff. That missed on the far side, hit a body. Newberg tried to poke it towards the front of the goal, didn't control it there. Comes out on the near side, slid forward by Parker, and then that's going to slide all the way down the ice. Watertown can't get it controlled, and then just as I said that, Johnny Bonta took it, got it to Chamelka. Chamelka centering pass, got it to Bonta, and he scores! Boy, Chamelka slid that right to the front. Bonta, standing right on the spot, is going to put the Wolves up on the board early here tonight.
Well, that's what you want to see if you're Watertown. That's going to be number 2 on the year for Johnny Bonta in his 16th game here in a Watertown Wolves sweater. He's a rookie, but this is also going to be his 3rd point in the season series against Binghamton. Bonta's just been a guy who's done all the right things for Watertown so far this season, even if the points not necessarily have come. But you got to give the huge credit on College Melka, even all the way back in the defensive end. He broke that puck out, and Watertown just came in heavy 3-on-2, and of course they had the man out in front jamming it in, and the Watertown Wolves have a 1-0 lead with 14-13 to go here in the first period.
So we go back to action. Mike Mann near side had the puck stripped away. It's going to go all the way around. Brendan Ash back for Watertown in a battle with Contrado. Contrado's going to come away with it. Got it onto the stick of Contrado. Sent it all the way back through. Alessi had it. Now it comes back to the near side. Contrado controls from there from Alessi. He'll turn with it. Loose puck battle. DeCostanzo is going to come away. Sends that cross ice to Day. Day skates down. Gains the zone on the right-hand side. Tried to slide it through the legs of the defender. Got it to DeCostanzo, but he was stripped of the puck. Day's going to control on the near side. Centering pass coming. Michael Mann couldn't control. Had it taken away. Lane King settles it down there. Kept in the zone by Day. Day's just going to send that one on goal. That hit a couple of bodies in front. And then finally Shepard able to drop down and cover that one up.
Joe Shepard mentioned it before, but again, his numbers don't necessarily reflect how solid he's been for Binghamton so far this season. But on the other end, mentioned it in pregame, but Colgan just coming back from the SPHL for the Notchville Ice Bears was up there, played in just 1 game against the Peoria Rivermen in relief, stopped 10 of 12, but now coming back here, this is going to be his first action in a little over 2 weeks. So the Watertown Wolves, despite not having seen much action, Colgan back between the pipes here tonight.
Lane King kept it in the zone, sent it around to the far side, controlled by Jamaeff. He'll just wheel back, tried to get into Dolina. Dolina slid it all the way around. King has it, far half board. He's going to get taken off the puck by Bill Darling. Puck came right back out in front. Shepard again had the glove one. We get a stoppage with 13:02 remaining in the first period here from Watertown.
The Wolves have broken down the Black Bears defense quite a bit here recently. They've won 4 of the 5 games so far in this season series, and they've outscored Binghamton 29-16. The Black Bears have had a revolving door on the defensive side of the puck. It's a large reason why.
Puck comes out. Jamaeff just wheels right into the zone. Came to the short side, had that one poked away, taken to the corner. Fitzgerald controlled, sends it all the way around. Not out of the zone. Wolves keep it in. And the crossing pass never got to anybody. Fitzgerald controls, sends it out near side. That pass was way too far for Abbott to get to, and we'll get an icing. We'll head back the other end.
The Black Bears are a team that, when they feel like they're getting beat out in their own defensive end, they're not afraid to ice the puck. They had a period earlier this year against the Columbus River Dragons where they surrendered 5 goals in that period, and I want to say they iced the puck somewhere 12, 14 times that period. So, hey, I mean, whatever you got to do to keep it out of your own end, you got to do it.
So face off near side. McDonald into the circle for Watertown. Squared off against D'Angelo. D'Angelo won that one back, able to lift it out of the zone. Josh LaBelle back. Lane King's going to end up with it. His long outlet pass, that's going to miss everybody. And we'll have another icing. This time we'll go all the way back to the Watertown end.
And Binghamton going to bring out this top unit once more. Nikita Iveshkin has a birthday coming up tomorrow, and against the Watertown Wolves this year, he's been really solid. He's been held pointless over the last 2, though, and now being as this is the first matchup between the Black Bears and Wolves here since opening weekend, the Black Bears looking to try to make a statement as the crowd really filed in here, and it looks like we've got almost a sellout here in the Watertown Municipal Arena now.
Yeah, that opening weekend you just referred to, Iveshkin on that Saturday night, the second game, really lit things up, and people took notice of how well this young kid was going to play. So McDonald's going to control as we go back to action. Tried to slide it by Newberg. He broke that pass up, and Newberg goes and gets it, and he'll send it out to the far side. Gathered up, sent into the offensive end. That'll be Brett Parker. Took it to the near side, got it to Powell. Powell centering pass, hit a body, skips all the way through. Dolina's going to go get that, lift that towards center. That hit a stick and took its time to get out to neutral ice area, and the Black Bears able to gather it up, head right back the other direction. Ovechkin's going to turn with it here. Comes down the right-hand side, loops all the way around, and tried to get a backhanded pass. That hit a skate and slid right back to Colgan, so he had to cover that one up and get a stoppage in play.
Binghamton's been a team so far this year that have run a constant 3 lines, but other than that, they've struggled when it comes to getting bodies in the lineup. Brandon Catrado, of course, he may not have 153 goals in the FPHL so far in his career, but he's got 43, and he's a guy that Binghamton hopes can contribute a lot on the offensive side of the puck.
Bonta's going to control, slides it over to Coachman near side. Coachman able to lift that one out towards the center, but that one broken up by Aldworth, sent right back into the Watertown end. Aldworth controls far side, lets a shot go, hit the leg of Griffin Biedron, controlled there, and then sent back towards neutral ice area. Chamelka controls, slides it all the way across ice to Bonta. Passes too far to get to. Bonta couldn't gather it up, but the Wolves able to keep it in the offensive end. McKechnie tried to go to the front of the goal, had it stripped away, and it comes back out to center ice, picked up by Justin Coachman. Had some fun with Coachman the last time the Wolves were here. As late in the game, an empty netter, he threw it the length of the ice. It actually went in, and we had a good laugh because it was his 3rd career goal after being in the league for 5 years. But he's one of those defensive guys, never actually puts the puck on goal, so it was kind of a treat for him to net one.
Some of those defensemen, as long as they're picking up the assists, you call them productive.
Yeah, that's it. And he's one of the bigger kids. He lays a lot of lumber and hits up a lot of guys, so. Puck's going to come all the way around. He's going to skip over Nolan Saketka's stick, and a huge collision on the inner side between he and Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald went down. That puck's going to get outside the zone, and we'll get a stoppage with 10:18 remaining in the opening frame.
Fletchka has probably an extra 40 pounds or so on Colin Fitzgerald, so the fact that he took him down like that and Fitzgerald didn't even look fazed by that hit is definitely something to take notice of. This Binghamton team, everybody says Watertown's got the enforcers, but Binghamton's got quite a bit of size too.
The puck back into the Binghamton end. They'll control near side. Fitzgerald skates towards center. Had that puck tipped, so it has to stay in the zone. Turning around with it is D'Angelo. Now he'll skate out the far side, clear the zone, dump it into the Watertown end. Sloketka controlled, got it to the near side. Brandon Day turns with it, slides it to DiCostanzo. Went off his stick. He and Fitzgerald in a foot race. They'll get there at the same time. DiCostanzo comes away with it, sends it all the way around. Parker's going to gather it up. He'll slide it back behind the Watertown goal. It's going to squirt to the near corner. Nobody there, so racing over very quickly, picking it up was Fitzgerald. Now out to center ice. Got it to Parker. Parker comes in, lets a shot go. And Colgan's going to glove that one. And at 9:32 left in the frame, we'll get our second timeout of period number 1, the under 10-minute media timeout.
Wolves leading this game in shots so far, 8-5, and they have the 1-0 lead over the Binghamton Black Bears right now. And of course, we got to take a look at the standings around the FPHL to this point on the season. The Watertown Wolves leading the way, 12-3 with 35 points so far. They've gone 9-1 over their last 10, with their lone loss coming earlier this month on the road against the Danbury Hat-Tricks. They've lost 2 games to the Danbury Hat-Tricks and 1 to Binghamton so far this season, and both of those losses against the Hat-Tricks coming on the road. But Danbury, the hottest team in the FPHL, next, as they've won 8 straight, going to be 13-3-1 with 37 points. Columbus next in third, 8-5-3, 27 points. Carolina 8-7-1, 23 points. And the Binghamton Black Bears going to be in 5th place, 8-8 with 23 points. Then it's Port Huron 6-9-2, 19. And at the bottom, the Delaware Thunder 0-12-1. And they've only picked up just the 1 point so far this season. Still the only team yet to register a win.
So back to action we will go. Puck down into the Watertown end, turned around there, skating out. McDonald has it, slides it over to Jemayev. Jemayev races down the left-hand side. He'll go all the way around behind the goal, still controlling the puck. He'll drop it back to the corner. Coming back, picking it up on that side was Biedron. Had it poked away all the way out to neutral ice. Parker had it for a second, and then that one lifted all the way into the offensive end, but Lane King will be the first one to get there for Watertown. He'll get it to LaBelle's far side. LaBelle sends it off the glass. That's going to head down to the ice into the Binghamton end. So turning with it there will be Nazov. Igor Nazov sent it out. Controlled. Lane King right to the slot. Drop for McDonald. McDonald lets a shot go. Shepard turns that one away easily. Now it comes back to LaBelle. Near point. He's just going to dump it in behind the goal. Comes off the board. Nazov controls there. He'll send that one out. That's going to miss everybody. And it will get tipped. So icing is going to be waved off. Lane King goes back, picks it up behind the Watertown net. 8:22 remaining in the opening period here from the Watertown Municipal Arena. Jeff Barrett along with Colby Smith bringing you tonight's action as the Wolves race out of the zone. One more time, McCackney right down the middle. Had it poked away, and we're going to go right back the other direction. Pelezi had it, tried to back it down into the zone, took a huge hit after. Now the Wolves are going to race right back to the offensive end. Chimelka comes right to left, drops the puck for Johnny Bonta. Bonta tried to slide it back to him. Pelezi able to knock that one back out to neutral ice area, but Coachman gathers it for Watertown. That one got broke up, sent cross ice. All the way back to the Watertown end. Coachman, long outlet pass for Chimelka near side. He'll get it on to Johnny Bonta's stick. Bonta's going to skate in, let a shot go, and Shepard easily is going to glove that one, and we'll get a stoppage with 7:36 remaining in the opening period.
If the Wolves are going to be taking these Black Bears turnovers right to the net all night long, could easily be more than a 1-0 game as we move further on, but Joe Shepard continuing to stand tall in the net for Binghamton. The Black Bears turning it over 3 times over the last 2 minutes or so since we've come back from the media timeout, and now the Wolves just looking to find some more offense and jump on top further, just leading this one 1-0.
Puck's going to come all the way back through. Abbott trying to control near side. Will control the puck, tried to slide it forward. Fitzgerald kept it in the zone, but broken up by Dika. Stands one again. The Wolves are going to race out. Day gets behind the defense. Lets the one-timer go. That one to knock down by Shepard, but the Wolves control the rebound and keep it in the zone. Michael Mann has it far point, controlling it there in a battle for the loose puck, along with Gavin Abbott. Abbott able to poke that one out to center, gathered up and then lifted right back in to the offensive end. Man gives chase. Icing was waved off. Now come back to the near side. Skating out, D'Angelo slides it up, got it to Stevens. Stevens down the right-hand side, drop pass for Abbott. Abbott went right to the front of the goal. Then we got a collision along the side. That's going to take the goal off. We get a stoppage with 6:45 left.
Looking back down on the other end of the ice, you just got to look at the way the Wolves have been taking all these pucks to the net, but the way the Binghamton Black Bears defense has been setting up a wall, you had 3 men there trying to stop 1 man from coming in to get that rebound chance, because if a goalie is not necessarily making that first initial stop, then to keep a guy from getting in there and getting that second chance, that's what Binghamton's doing, but Watertown's got to find a way to break through that.
So the puck off to the far side. Lane King controls. LaBelle sends it out all the way across. Galena couldn't get to it. We'll get an icing very quickly, and LaBelle questioning it, but that's obviously what the call will be, and the puck will come back to the Watertown end.
Black Bears and Wolves going to meet up a few more times this year. Of course, Andreas Johansson's team's 15 matchups, so the interstate rivalry. And even though Watertown's controlled the season series so far to this point, that doesn't mean that things will change as we go on throughout the season. The Black Bears still trying to find their chemistry, still trying to get their groove in. Despite this being Game 17, they haven't had all too much time to really get together with all the youth on this roster.
And you've talked about the early season, all the changes that a lot of the teams do see. Puck came all the way through. So, trying to get settled into some kind of a lineup or a rhythm, and that gets tougher every time. So Beedringer controls far side, that one tarped forward, and then controlled by Powell. He'll send that one cross ice. Nazov able to lift it out to center ice. Tried to get it to Ivashkin, and that missed everybody. And that's going to go down to the Watertown end. We'll get another icing call here with 5:57 remaining, the opening period from Watertown.
You give me an icing, I'll give you an icing. Santa's just got the gifts coming. We got Santa on hand here in Watertown. And again, Merry Christmas to everybody. The holiday's coming up right around the corner. And if you still need a gift, the Watertown Wolves back at home for 2 games next week. Danbury going to be here Monday, then Delaware will be here Thursday. And what a time it'll be for the Watertown Wolves.
So puck back in the offensive end for the Black Bears. Alexander Jemayev got hauled down behind the play. Obviously, I missed it. I'm not sure if you saw that, Colby, but got taken down. The fans here getting a little vocal at the right end of the arena.
Well, Jemayev just got wrestled down. The stick got wedged in there. He went tumbling down to the ice, and of course the shot still went in there. Colgan covering it up here. The Black Bears haven't had the puck all too much at Colgan here the first couple of minutes of this game. They got 5 shots up there, but it seems like a really generous 5.
So the puck comes all the way back down into the Binghamton. Puck right to the front. McKechnie had an opportunity, and a nice save by Shepard to turn that one aside, and we'll get a stoppage and play. The goal coming off the mooring at the other end. Yeah, you had said 5 shots on goal. That's what's on the board up here. On the official score sheet, we've got 4, so we're right there.
And it seems like on both ends, the goalposts seem to come off quite a bit here in Watertown.
They do. That's something they've talked about for a long time up here. A little bit of contact, they do come off.
Colgan coming out to settle this one down. Wedge back out. Contrado near side. Along the blue line, going to be grabbed. Scooped ahead. McKechnie played back into the defensive end. Nose off. Trying to push this one out. Back in front of that. Shepard turns his head. Second chance again going to be denied. Now off near side corner. Turn back around the goal. Knocking off this puck. It was Shemelka once more. Near side. No penalty called as the stick came out of the hands of Oganozov. McKechnie gets a stick on this puck. Back out in front. Shepard going to lay down and cover this one with 4:52 left. And that's going to take us to another media timeout.
That was kind of a weird little stretch of action right there. The puck got bouncing around. As you said, Shepard somehow, it rolled right back to him as he laid down on the ice, able to cover that one up and get us a quick stoppage in play. Our final timeout of period number 1. 1-0, the Watertown Wolves leading the Binghamton Black Bears here tonight.
And not that the Watertown Wolves have necessarily gotten off to slow so far this season, but over the third period stretch, over the second period stretch, it just seems like they get better as the game goes on. You can just look at their third period over the course of their last 5 games, all coming here in the month of December. They've got 12 goals in the third period to lead the FPHL in third period goals in the month of December, and that's something you certainly got to keep your eyes on. Brent Clark just knows what he's got to say when the guys get into the locker room, and the Wolves just a team that seems to find their stride, and when they get it, it just seems like the offense comes.
Of course, Clarkie's been in the FPHL a long time, a player here. He's coached for a long time, and his second tour here in Watertown. He said he started the program out in Binghamton, and right off the bat, they had great success down there in the southern tier. And when everything started to switch around a couple years ago, he came right back to Watertown. And then obviously we didn't get that renewal with the rivalry with Elmira this year, with everything going on down there. And to put it politely, it sucks that we don't have the enforcers in the league. Talk about that with Binghamton, what great 3-way rivalry here in the state that could have been. But that's just, I guess, water under the bridge now.
And it just seems like the way the league's expanding, it's going to be more and more travel. Talking about it earlier, Mississippi might be getting a team further on down south even than Georgia. Next year, the league's really going to be travel heavy.
As we go back to action, out to neutral ice, Costanzo backs it to Day. Day gets in between a couple of defenders, then lost the puck, came across, had to gather it back up, controlled there. Stevens had it, sent it out to D'Angelo, far side. D'Angelo gains his own, drops the puck into the corner. He'll give chase there. He and Michael Mann. Mann went down trying to get to him. Comes out to the point, far side, big blast off the stick of Darling and gathered up by Colgan, and we'll get another stoppage in play.
Colgan's numbers this season for Watertown: 5-1, 187 goals against average, 947 save percentage. His one shutout coming against the Delaware Thunder, and again the lone matchup in the FPHL tonight: the Delaware Thunder and the Danbury Hat-Trick. So just a couple of games here as the FPHL going to head into Christmas break for a couple of days before teams come back out, and we get a full slate of games on Monday.
Kyle Powell kept it in his own quick shot. That's going to hit a stick, get up and out of play. So another stoppage, and that'll bring the face-off to the near side, I believe.
And again, this is just my second time up here to Watertown and the first real live action game I've seen here. But the netting just always seems so low here in Watertown. You look at some other buildings and the netting just seems a lot higher, but here in Watertown the netting seems like it plays a lot more of a factor.
Yeah, and it's all the way around the ice here in Watertown, which is kind of an oddity too. It goes down both sides, not just the ends of the building. So it does come into play an awful lot. Puck goes all the way around, rifles back out to neutral ice area. Control, Laporte tried to tap that one forward, and I thought maybe he missed it, but icing was waved off. So control by Powell in behind, tried to slide it out. Wolves breaking, get a control and a backhand, and dang, I think that's Mike McDonald, I believe, is the one that got the stick on it. And Justin McDonald, the captain, backhands it over the shoulder of Shepard, and we got a 2-0 game in Watertown.
That's going to be goal number 4 this season in the season series against Binghamton for Justin McDonald. It'll be his 13th of the season, his 31st point, so now he's going to lead the FPHL in the points department, but taking that one, he couldn't bury his first chance earlier on he had against Joe Shepard, and this one he just was not going to miss.
Faceoff came back to LaBelle in the Watertown end. He'll slip that out to neutral ice, but Darling's going to control for the Black Bears. Got it to to Stevens. That one came forward, broken up, sent right back into the offensive end. Jemayeff giving chase for Watertown. Darling had it though. Jemayeff took it away, sends it all the way cross ice. Lane King kept it in, sent it right on goal. That one turned aside by Shepard and now cleared out to center ice. Aldworth down the near side, drags the puck, tried to get a shot off, couldn't get it there. Abbott sending it back into the corner, but the Wolves take it away. And again, the Wolves back out of the zone. Jemayeff down the near side, he's just going to send it on goal as the Wolves go for a line change here. 2:54 remaining in the period. Controlled through neutral ice area, broken up. Sent across, and then right back in. Darling fanned on it, trying to get it in the zone. Then he'll take a shot right in front of the Watertown bench. A collision between he and Griffin Vedran.
Got to give a shout out too to Will Darling, played for the Elmira Junior Enforcers in the USPHL Premier last year. So Darling playing here at pro this year for the Binghamton Black Bears.
Quick shot coming and a goal from the Black Bears, and they'll cut the lead in half. I think it was Colin Fitzgerald that was able to bury that one. Got a pass and a rebound, came right out in front, and his one-timer is going to beat Colgan, and we've got a 2-1 game, and the Black Bears not going away.
Gino D'Angelo, one of those guys who's a gritty player, not afraid to get into the tight areas, and behind the cage of Colgan, you saw it right there. Here, he managed to just get in there, knock that puck aside, and get it to the front of the net, so he picks up the primary on Fitzgerald's first goal of the season here as a Binghamton Black Bear.
So we go back to action, Wolves control, offensive end. I got to apologize to Colby. I just stepped on his foot back here. Puck comes back out to neutral ice area. Kind of a tight little setup we have here in Watertown. Fitzgerald controlling for the Black Bears back into his end. Tries to lift it out of the zone. Long pass for Stevens. Going to miss, though, and the Wolves will control. D'Angelo able to keep it in the offensive end, but he'll take a big hit on the near side from Jamelka. Now a huge collision between Abbott and Coachman as they'll both get tangled up. Abbott looking for the holding call as he got pulled down by Coachman on the play. Oganazov sent it across. Sorry about that, Colby. Sent it across. That one intercepted and sent back in. So the puck controlled far side. Kyle Powell has it. Avoids the hit from Johnny Bonta. Mike Mann able to keep it in the offensive end. Slides it to the front of the goal. D. Costanzo had it tipped away before he could get an opportunity to get a shot off. Coming back the other way. And that one taken away right off the stick of Oganazov and then sent right back in behind. LaBelle controls for Watertown. Josh Newberg hassling him in behind the goal. Now it comes out to the near side with just a minute to play. And period number 1, Lane King has it taken away from Ivashkin. Ivashkin slid it forward, but the Wolves broke that up. And LaBelle will control for Watertown. He'll get it over. Brandon Day, far side, slides it forward. That one intercepted by Igor Nazov. Nazov sides it down to the near side. Ivashkin going back to get it, controlled by Newberg. Powell picks it up in the slot, backs it towards the front of the goal, missed on the far side. Comes out to Josh LaBelle, just 28 ticks left in period number 1. LaBelle just going to carry out, get it to D. Costanzo. Wolves gain the zone. Mike Mann has it, short slot area, slides it down deep. Got it to Day. Day looking for his second point of the night. Had that one turned aside. Kyle Powell will control, and then he'll just lift it across to the far side. Black Bears able to get it out to neutral ice area. Kyle Powell controls, lets a shot go. That hit LaBelle on the leg, and that's going to get up and out of play with 2.9 seconds left in period number 1.
And looking over at the lone other FPHL game going on tonight down in Danbury, Connecticut. No more scoring to report so far. They've just come out of the second intermission. Corey Anderson and Johnny Ruiz still the lone 2 goals in that game. And both teams getting a boost back this week with Kodiak White Duck coming back for the Danbury hat trick and the Delaware Thunder getting back one of the best guys in the league, both in leadership and in goal scoring, in Ryan Marker.
Yeah, Marker was a huge thing to be missing down there. As you said, he's a great leader, great goal scorer, pumps the guys up and really keeps everybody going in the right direction. So great to have him back into action for Delaware and back in the league. He's just a great guy. But we're going to wind up 2-1 at the end of period number 1 here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. Colby, we saw some great action up and down the ice tonight so far.
For sure, and it's going to be a 15-7 lead for the Wolves in terms of shots at the first intermission. And of course, we do 18-minute intermissions here in Watertown. But when it comes to the goal department, at 5:41, Johnny Bonta managed to take one front of the net. He just popped it in past on the forehand over the shoulder of Joe Shepard, and next it was Justin McDonald. Watertown just got down there, took the odd man break. Finally, Justin McDonald, after he had a couple of chances prior, wasn't going to miss on that one, which doubled the lead for the Wolves before only 1:24 later. Man, I can do math here, and it's Christmas break. But Colin Fitzgerald with the primary assist going to Gino D'Angelo, and Gavin Abbott grabbing an assist as well, as the lead going to be 2-1 for the Watertown Wolves at first intermission.
Well, some great action up and down the ice. We're going to take a short break here from the Watertown Municipal Arena. I want to thank you for joining us here tonight. Again, my name is Jeff Barrett. Colby Smith joining me. Colby, we'll take a short break. We'll get right back here.
Sounds good, Jeff.
All right. We'll be back in just a minute.
Back inside the Watertown Municipal Arena here on Watertown Wolves YouTube. Colby Smith here alongside Jeff Barrett. We got about 90 seconds until the board going to hit 20, and we're going to get started with period number 2. The Watertown Wolves with a 1-goal lead after the first 20 minutes of play. First, it was Johnny Bonta on the Wolves side of things with the assist coming from Colin Schmelka. 5:41 into the game, and then we went through about 11 minutes before Justin McDonald. He had 2 chances prior to bury one past Joe Shepard. Couldn't converge on either, but then finally was able to do it at the 16-16 mark. They did put assists in for that goal after the fact for Jermaine and King. So both going to add just another point to their resume on the season against Binghamton. And then a minute and 24 later, Colin Fitzgerald, the defenseman playing in his 10th game of the season for Binghamton, grabbed the goal to cut this to just a 1-goal lead. Binghamton doesn't like to go quietly in hockey games. D'Angelo and Abbott grabbing the assist. So we are going to switch ends. Shepard going to be in the cage to our right up here from press row. And down on the other side, it'll be Colgan as the Black Bears going to go right to left and the Wolves left to right here in the period of the long change.
No, period number 1, Colby, you mentioned it a couple of different times, was like it was a track meet. I mean, it was up and down the ice, a really frenetic pace at some times. It'll be interesting to see how period number 2 goes. Last couple of games that we've had Watertown here at home, they were able to slow down that pace in the second period, control the puck a little bit more, and as you said, second period, third period is where they're getting most of their goals. So we'll have to see if they settle it down or if they keep pushing the issue here tonight.
And the line for Binghamton going to be the top line to start it once more. Watertown going to be the same way, so it'll be McKetney and Newberg to come to the middle. The puck is down and it's one back. Let's do it, period 2. Coachman going to force it ahead. McKetney clearing it back up the blue line. Parker going to poke check this one back up through the middle. Coachman retreats on it, bangs it off the half wall. McKetney right over there, knocked off his stick. Now going to be scooped up and driven back into the offensive end. Schmelka alongside wall. Wrapped back around the Binghamton goal. Grabbed on the near side wall by Bonta as the Wolves try to get this one out of their own end with 23 seconds gone here in the period. Behind the net, it's stripped away by Parker. Right on front, jammed but not able to go to the back of the net. Parker now going to grab this one. Skates back up over the red line. Cleared back the other way, and Powell going to dump it down so Binghamton can change a couple of bodies on the offensive side of the puck. Settled back down off to the right side of the cage with Bydron. Looking up, McKetney. Going to scoop and send it far side. Coachman going to dump and send it down the length of the ice, so this one going to go for icing with 50 seconds gone here in period 2.
Well, one other game in the FPHL tonight, that is the Delaware Thunder. They're visiting the Danbury Hat Tricks down in Danbury, Connecticut. 3-0, period number 2, as the Danbury continues to control the action down in Danbury, Connecticut.
Eldworth's going to come to the circle to see McKetney as the top line for Watertown stays out. Eldworth's going to win the draw over to Contrato. Dump back around the net. Colgan looking back there as Coachman trying to send the body on Eldworth. Going to move on over to his left side. Skates through far side circle. Back out to the point. Long shot going to trickle wide right of the goal. Oganezov going to dance back over the blue line. Is off in the corner. Contrato trying to wedge this one out. 2-on-2 board battle. Sent back up the middle, and McKetney going to grab it here for Watertown. Long shift to start the period as he's been out there a minute and 15 alongside Bonta. Out over the red line, it's going to be retreated back for by LaBelle as he settles it back, and the Black Bears going to be able to get a change off, and Watertown going to change a few as well. Contrato along the near side wall, going to feed over Fitzgerald. Sent up the middle, going to be held by Colgan with a minute and 34 gone in the second period. Colgan just holding up on that right side post. He's a guy that stands pretty big in stature at 6'5", weighs about 175 pounds, so Colgan takes up a lot of that crease. He's no Ben Bishop, but Colgan definitely a man you wouldn't want to meet in the street. Near side, it's going to be D'Angelo facing off against Justin McDonald in the circle, and D'Angelo going to get the W that time. Stevens sent it back down right side of the cage. Going to get in there and knock this puck aside. Back to Stevens as they're going to play a little bit of catch. Out to the point. Darling fires a long shot that gets kicked into the corner. Now moving on over, Stevens drops this one behind his back. Darling going to skate in just to the right side of the circle. Centered one up, but nobody in front of the cage for Binghamton to get a shot off. Far side, Jamaif. Going to send back up through the middle. Knocked out by Abbott as Binghamton going to hold the line. Skated back up. Centering pass. Kicked off Stevens out in front. And again, nobody right there to get a clean look off on Colgan for the Binghamton Black Bears. McDonald another centering pass. This one going to come off into the corner. 17:45 to go, period 2. The Wolves on top of this one, 2-1. Jamaif sends a pass back to McDonald. Deking around his man with the beauty of his move through the feet. Took the lead in points with his goal in the first period in the FPHL, now having 31 total on the season, and Ovechkin moving back to second place for Binghamton, now having 30, but he's the league leader in goals with 22. Been very quiet tonight. McDonald on the near side. Newberg trying to get in there to knock this one out. Darling, going to have this one as he goes ahead to Newberg once more. Back out, Kyle Powell. Sent on over far side, skipped away from Ovechkin. Joe Shepard going to come off into the corner to play this one. Wedge back up through the circle. 17:04 to go, second period. Now near side Powell ahead to Brett Parker, who was on a call-up earlier this season to the SPHL's Vermilion County Bobcats, and this is going to be his third game back here in Watertown. Far side, kick back up through the middle. Now taken right to the cage. It's man up over the top. That one wouldn't go. Brandon Day back out through the circle. Sent on over Slechechka. Long shot going to trickle just to the left side of the goal. Back out at the blue line, Brett Parker. Flipped it back, Kyle Powell. Stretch pass ahead, Ovechkin. Can't find this one on his set. Mann's going to bash it off the wall. Skates back down for it. Circling around through the trapezoid. Darling going to get in there. Didn't need too much help going down to the ice as it seemed like he blew a tire himself. But now Brett Parker back into the offensive end. Near side circle. Kicked off the pad of Colgan. Back around off into the corner, calling for a penalty. Looks like they're not going to get it, though. 3 Black Bears jerseys over there, 2 jerseys for the Wolves. Coachman finally getting a stick on this one for Watertown. Man, just narrowly avoiding Josh Newberg. Is now Binghamton going to recover. Ovechkin, pass over far side. Another centering look going to be broken up by Watertown. DeConstanzo back ahead with this one as the stick going to pop out of his hands. Grabbed by D'Angelo. Taken back up over the blue line. Going to skate up through the middle. Now deking around right side circle, and Colgan kicked it away once more. Ovechkin going to hold through. Looks around. Left side circle. Helmet came off. So now taken right to the goal. Wraparound chance. Not going to go. Second chance won't go either. Looked like the net came off, but it's still going to be right there in its place as Colgan certainly bumped it. Ovechkin through the circle. Now up. That one went just over the top. Kyle Powell near side. Again out in front. Wolves trying to break this one out as Binghamton spending a large part of these last couple of minutes in the offensive end. Retreating back for this one, it's going to be Oganezov. Joe Shepard directing a couple of his men back. Oganezov going to deke out around Johnny Bonta as he flips it ahead to Fitzgerald. Going to move left hand over right hand. Back through the neutral zone. Contrado turns and sends it down. Colgan turned behind his back. 14:51 to go in the second period, so next whistle going to take us to the media timeout. Ellsworth back there as Coachman knocked him off the puck. Stevens turns, hits it off the wall. Broken back up as Schmelka turns and fires it down through the neutral zone. Fitzgerald going to be taken down. McKetney gets a stick on it. This time it's Oganezov who hits it off the wall, and Contrado, as he tumbles down, going all soccer style, gives it ahead to Stevens. Kicked over. Ellsworth can't corral it for Binghamton. Going to turn off the wall, finds it on a stick. Down back behind the goal. Stevens going to wedge it off the wall. Contrado getting in there once more. Stevens with 14:14 to go in the second period and a 2-1 lead for Watertown. Going to get in there. It's D'Angelo. Back to the left side circle, kicked away. Oganezov didn't skate up for it at first and then wanted to go for the slap shot, but it got blocked by Bonta. Near side corner, it's D'Angelo. Finds the rubber on his stick. Grabbed, and Bonta going to skate up through the neutral zone. Abbott takes him down, and now a big rock. As Fitzgerald going to go off the wall with it. Still a loose helmet on the ice. It's Nolan's Slechechka, as he's still going to sit on the bench here for Watertown because of it, as we've played a couple of minutes without a whistle. Right side, this one going to be turned out in front. And again, Watertown going to bring it back up through the middle. Off the wall, Lane King going to skate through left side circle. Centering pass out in front. That one hit the post and went off into the corner. Lane King back up through the middle as Watertown going to hold it into the offensive end. LaBelle out in front. Gets broken away by the Black Bears. D'Angelo off the wall. Now with about 7 minutes gone in this second period. 95 is going to bring it back over the line and give it to Abbott along the near side. Hit through the skates. LaBelle's going to hit it off the wall. Abbott again, turning it down. It's Powell who scoops it up. Binghamton going to come in 3-on-2. Gets broken up by King now and flip back the other way. So a couple of Black Bears going to have to come back for it. 12:58 to go, second period. Out in front, right side of the goal, and just narrowly missed. As Shepard had that right side post open. Parker going to pass this one ahead to himself. Gets it right side, going to be covered by Colgan, and now finally that's going to take us to the media timeout with 12:45 to go in the second period.
Unbelievable the pace we've had here, and Watertown, as we said, the second period, they've had trouble all of a sudden keeping the puck out of the zone. Black Bears have really picked up the intensity here in the second period.
And that's not something you could be seeing if you're Watertown, of course. Yeah, you're the first place team. Yeah, you got a little room to mosey with. But the Danbury Hat-Tricks right on their tails now, having won 8 in a row, 9-1 in their last 10. They just seem to keep getting better as the season goes along, despite having call-ups to the SPHL at the moment. So the Watertown Wolves, they just really got to keep the foot on the gas and hope to get some more wins, because even though you still got plenty of time left in the season, with this only being about the quarter mark, you can't really let a team get right up there with you, because then you're playing catch-up.
Absolutely, and Danbury, you're talking about 3-0 lead tonight over Delaware in Danbury. Johnny Ruiz and Corey Anderson with a couple of goals for Anderson, making it 3-0 down there in Danbury.
Well, and our buddy John Clement, listening out in Danville, Illinois with the Vermilion County Bobcats, wanted me to give you the message that this is the best you've sounded in the 3 years he's been listening to you.
I knew it. I knew I'd get something like that from Johnny.
Now 12:45 to go in the second period, and the Wolves leading 2-1. Face-off going to be to the right side of Colgan. Hits off the wall, and this one going to pop back over the red line. The Black Bears going to skate down for it. Shepard put his hand in the air as Fitzgerald's going to skate through the trapezoid. Jamafe was right in there trying to knock it away. Instead, it's going to be Oganezov. Cuts over the red line. Far side over the blue line. Through the left side circle. Centering pass, and couldn't meet Ovechkin in stride. Was right there ready to jam one in, but the pass just couldn't meet him as it led him a little too far in front. Laporte going to intercept this pass, near side circle, couldn't hold on. Now going to hit off the wall behind the net. Getting over there, Oganezov. Going to pull this puck on his stick, has some time and room to move. Flips it back out, and Lane King going to intercept it. Treats back down into his own end. 12:02 to go, second period. Watertown on top of this one, 2-1. Bonta and McDonald the goals, coming about 11 minutes apart in the first period for the Wolves, and Fitzgerald the lone goal for the Black Bears with 2:20 to go until the intermission. Intercepted Brett Parker, and Colgan, a beauty of a save. That might be the save of the game here tonight, as Colgan dived right over to make the stop with his stick on that one, batting it out of the air. Back out at Fitzgerald as the fans got loud after that one. Delayed penalty going to be coming up against Watertown as Shepard going to skate off. Off in the corner, Ovechkin as Binghamton going to get the extra attacker out there. It sits on 5. Eldworth out at the blue line as the Black Bears look to set something up. Long shot fired on, going to trickle into the corner. Back out, it's Eldworth who holds it. Gives to Fitzgerald. Going to be touched by the Wolves. So with 11:11 to go in this second period, we're going to get a penalty coming up here against Watertown, and it'll be the first one of the game.
I think Lane King's going to be the one that's going to be caught there for a trip, standing right in front of the goal. And just as I said that, I'm wrong, because here comes Brendan Ash towards the penalty box. So, as you said, Ash, a local product, skating over this way, and he will sit down here tonight.
You're still right on the tripping call, though.
Still on the call.
So 11:11 to go in the second period, and it seems like in this Wolves-Black Bears series so far this year, there haven't been all... Oh, now we're going to get a penalty coming against Binghamton here, too. Sam Halessi going to go off to the box. So it'll be coincidental minors. 2 minutes for both. They haven't made a call on Halessi yet.
Watertown Wolves coming into tonight's action have had 50 power play opportunities, 9 power play goals, for a .180 power play percentage. Binghamton, flip side of that, has been shorthanded 79 times. They've allowed 15 power play goals.
So now it looks like the officials talking it out over there with Justin McDonald and Kyle Powell. We're going to play 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes is what it looks to be. So Sam Halessi, they still never directed over what the call was. It was definitely tripping on Ash. So they go slash on Sam Halessi, so coincidental minors. And Binghamton going to have Aldworth, Contrado, Powell, and Oganezov out there. And for Watertown, it's going to be Justin McDonald in the face-off circle, winning this draw down and taking it up through the middle. Going to cross over the red line, blue line into the offensive end, kicked out in front, and Shepard with a save, laying down on top of that puck. As the Wolves had a beauty of a chance, but Joe Shepard just managing to go full down yoga style, covered up that one.
Boy, the last 30 seconds we've seen two amazing saves by goaltenders. Colgan at the other end racing back, diving across the goal mouth, and somehow getting a stick on the puck. And right there, Shepard able to slide that big left foot all the way across the goal and keep the Wolves out of the net.
11 minutes exactly to go second period. Wolves still on top 2-1. Face off one to the right side of Shepard. Out at the point, it's LaBelle. Giving on over, it's McDonald. Taken away by Fitzgerald. Hitting off the wall, Stevens as Binghamton breaks back in 2-on-1. It's going to hit a skate and go back behind the net. LaBelle going to get in there as he turns it back up. Justin McDonald turning the wheels on as he goes to King. Looking for a man far side, centering past McDonald. Catcher and back of the net, goal!
Justin McDonald slid it to the corner to Lane King. King repaid the favor, put it right on his stick, short slot area, and he's going to go top shelf. And the Wolves are going to add an insurance goal here midway through period number 2.
Well, and that's right what you want to see from the captain, Hem and Lane King. They just seem to have that chemistry, that telepathy, where they're going to be on the ice. And you saw at that time, like you said, repaid the favor. I don't think I could have said it better. 10:38 going to be remaining in this second period, and they're going to bring it back to the middle as the Wolves going to lead this one now by 2. Face-off going to be won back by the Black Bears, but right off the draw, it's going to be taken aside by Watertown. Man off the wall. Aveshkin going to skate back there, going to roll through his feet as Binghamton going to look for an answer here. Oganezov over the red line, crosses back in offensive end. Colgan going to use the pad to send it into the corner. Darling grabs this one off his stick. Kicked on over Oganezov. Sent on goal, Colgan going to use the stick. Back out as the fans going to make some noise here for the goal announcement in-house. Oganezov turning the wheels on, going back for this puck. Right side of the goal is DiConstanzo, right on top of it. But Oganezov going to win it out, being a little bit taller and a little bit wider in stance. In the corner, a stick going to be lost out of the hands of Josh Newberg, so now he's just going to be using his feet to try to poke it out. Don't exactly see a stick down on the ice, but he doesn't have one in his hands as it's now out by the Black Bear bench. Darling near side. Going to be knocked aside. Michael Mann. Cross back up through the middle. McKetney over the blue line. Near side circle. Looking on. Takes this time. Shepard off the glove. Now Will Darling. Going to try to settle it down. The Wolves going to keep the pressure on though. Coachman long shot flipped on and held by Shepard with 9:26 left in the period. We got 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4. And that's going to take us to the media timeout here, it looks like.
Well, I'm really amazed by the intensity of this action here tonight. It hasn't slowed down at all since we started period number 2. Both teams up and down the ice. The goaltender's doing a phenomenal job at either end of the ice. It's made for an exciting competition, and the fans here are loving every minute of it.
And that's for sure. And the Black Bears, talking about the intensity here in the second period picking up. They had 6 shots over the course of the first 20, but now over the course of just this first 10:34 of the second, they've already doubled that, now having 12. Watertown has only 5 shots so far in the second period. So the Black Bears just need something to go their way if they want to make a comeback, but the Wolves' effort just seems to be right there throughout this game so far, and Watertown just putting on an impressive show as always here in front of the home crowd. 5-1 at home so far this season, 6 of the next 7 here. So the Wolves fans going to be excited for some more Wolves hockey coming right up as they're back here on Monday and Thursday next week. Face-off going to be won by Eldworth to Shepard's left side. Going to be taken by Fitzgerald as he rolls around right side of the cage. Going to dance back up through the neutral zone. Hits it off the wall. Looking up, 3 Wolves jerseys getting in there. Just shadow of blue as McKetney going to go back over the blue line. Ash and Halesi going to skate out of the box here on both sides. Trying to meet Ash off into the corner and catch Binghamton on a bad break, but unable to do so. 9 minutes to go, second period. Turn back up through the middle. Pass couldn't meet Contrato. So McKetney, near side, has this one skip over his stick. Fitzgerald left side of the goal, back up through the middle. Contrato can't hold. King sent back down. LaBelle cross back to King. Playing a little bit of toss is King going to go down in the corner, and Contrato batted it out. Number 10 on the other side, though, going to get it is Bonta. Going to cross back up through the left side hash marks. Going to roll around, centered pass, but couldn't meet anybody in front of the net as it was broken up. Back out, it's LaBelle. Turned is a body going to come from Ellsworth this time. Playing in just his 4th game of his rookie year here in the FPHL, Fitzgerald up through the middle. Coachman over the line, trickling back down into the corner with 8:15 left in the second period. Ellsworth checked hard into the wall by Coachman. Abbott right side, popped right up over the top. There was some room up just underneath the crossbar, but unable to find those couple of inches. Powell across left side circle, fired on. Colgan kicked it away. Now hitting another skate. In the corner is Jamaeth. With 7:52 left in the period and the Wolves on top 3-1. Justin McDonald, 2 goals in this game for Watertown. Lone game for Binghamton coming from Fitzgerald. Kicked away in front by Shepard off into the corner. He's going to hit off the wall. That was Kyle Stevens. Near side, Abbott going to throw his shoulder on Jamaeth. Right side of the cage, Stevens going to get on top of this puck to form Elmira Enforcer. Right around, McDonald. Pass back out to the point to Coachman. Again behind the net, skipped away from Jamaeth, who had 3 goals and an assist in Watertown's 8-3 win on Saturday. Over there is Powell rolling aside from this one, trying to knock it away from McDonald. Going to go back behind the net, Jamaeth there once more. Out in front, back at the point, it's Coachman. Watertown still managing to hold this one in, but they haven't got a look on net here in these last 30 seconds or so. 7:02 left in the period. Up along the wall, McDonald still holding on. Centered up, and the shot couldn't go from Delaney. Going to be kicked off the wall, that was Stevens. Now Abbott over the red line. Going to come back up through the blue line. Turning over, it's Griffin Bedron along the near side wall. Haven't seen much of him in the second period. Now along the wall, Delaney going to get on top of it. D'Angelo going to grab it off the bad Carup. He's knocked off it though, as now Michael Mann going to grab it. Watertown going to come back in 2-on-2, but Mann's got full head of speed now. He's taken down as he lost the footing on that left side skate. Abbott back into the offensive end, up over the top, going to go into the netting, out of play with 6:24 left in the second. Looks like he got tipped by a Watertown stick, and they are going to get a new game puck as a result. So with 6:24 to go, going to be Deacon Stanzo's line out here for Watertown. And Josh Newberg's line out here for Binghamton. Newberg winning the drawback. Fitzgerald going to kick it on, going to go just to the right side. Oganezov back out. Long shot going to be held by Colgan in the crest. With 6:14 left in the period.
We'll take a quick look down there. The other contest down in Danbury, Connecticut tonight. Still 3-0 in that contest. The goal scored by Ruiz and by Anderson. Corey Anderson's got 2 on the night. Second period down there. Delaware out shooting the Danbury Hat-Tricks, but not able to get back even.
Right side of the cage going to be knocked aside by Day. Turning back over there, Newberg going to skate back into the corner. Oganezov going to whip it to his right side. Long shot going to be held once more by Colgan with 5:57 to go. So now a fight going to break out in front of the net. Newberg dropped the gloves, but it doesn't look like Ash wants to repay the favor. The officials breaking it up, trying to pull the two aside. Doesn't seem like they want to give Watertown a show here tonight. These two teams, there's not a lot of love between them. This matchup number 6, but some fights and some good ones already happening this season, particularly the one Justin Coachman got in down in Binghamton that led to a suspension.
Coachman has had 2 suspensions so far on the season. Brendan Ash, the young guy right there, just involved with Newberg. Ash, we said earlier, a local product. He's from Copenhagen, New York, about 15 minutes outside of Watertown. Got invited to try out at the open camp earlier this year and was brought in by the coaching staff of Watertown to give him a shot, and he's seen a lot of action here in the first few games.
Face off to the left side of Colgan, going to be won by the Black Bears as they push it around right side of the cage. Up along the wall, Contrado trying to get in there. And Brendan Ash may only have 1 goal so far for Watertown this season, but it's not necessarily about the points you put up. It's the hockey IQ you have. It's what you bring to the table, what you can fill a need with, as the Black Bears going to ice this one, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for Watertown coming up. Danbury going to be in here on Monday before Delaware comes in here on Thursday, and then Watertown going to have a slew more of home games coming up in the month of January after they make the New Year's Eve trip down to Binghamton next Friday. As McKechnie going to win this draw to Shepherd's left side. King going to try to turn this one away. If you're still looking for some holiday gift, Watertown Wolves tickets, there's no better present. Along the wall, McKechnie turning it left side. Still a 3-1 lead for the Wolves. Justin McDonald having 2 goals, the other coming from Johnny Bonta. Fitzgerald has the lone tally for Binghamton. Left side corner, Powell going to grab this one on the tape. Going to try to push it behind his back. Knew it was a bad move, so he's going to grab it himself as he pushes it off the wall and glides it ahead. McKechnie with a turnover, and now another one as Eldworth's going to go ahead. Contrado going to skate in, has room, up over the shoulder, and Colgan going to hold on with 4:59 left. So that's going to take us to another media timeout in the final one of the period. 4:59 left in the second. 3-1 Watertown our score.
Rare mistake right there for the Watertown Wolves. Contrado, not a guy you want to slip in there behind your defense like that. Did a nice job taking it to the front of the goal. Colgan make a nice save to keep it a 3-1 game.
Well, when it comes to accuracy from the box score, it may not necessarily show up in a recap, but Contrado has been one of those guys who's been out there making an impact for Binghamton tonight. You always got to look at the accuracy of what you get out of the box score, and Contrado, one of those guys who, again, may not show up in the recap, but his impact here for Binghamton could be held on to.
So out of the timeout, both teams making their way back out onto the ice and getting set. 4:59 left, period number 2 here from the Watertown Municipal Arena. Binghamton out shooting Watertown 12-5 in period number 2. For the game totals, Watertown 22-18 over Binghamton as far as shots on goal are concerned.
So the face-off going to be coming to the left side of Colgan here. It'll be D'Angelo to take it against McDonald. Official ready to go, and now it's going to be won back by McDonald. Turned back and wrapped around the goal. Out in front of the Black Bears bench, it's Oganezov getting the stick on top of it. Up over the red line, Abbott turning back offensive end, hitting off the wall. Stevens going to race back down for it. King around the goal, looking up to his open man over there in the corner. It was Jamea. Far side D'Angelo, back out, Abbott getting a stick on it. Watertown turning back out of the corner. Up through the air a long way as the Hail Mary pass hit the stick of Fitzgerald first. LaBelle back down there. Abbott gets the tape on it. Fitzgerald into the offensive end. Abbott going to have it. Tries to push it on over. Front of the net with 4:20 left until our second intermission. McDonald going to skate in all alone. Left side ran out of room as Shepherd going to hold on. We got 4:14 left in the second period now, and another shot going to be credited to Watertown on that one. So they'll be up to 19 in the game. It'll be 19-16 in that department.
Well, give Oganezov credit right there for breaking up that play and making it impossible for McDonald to get a shot off as he harassed him all the way to the goal. And as you said, until McDonald just ran out of room, couldn't do anything with it.
Face off to the left side of Shepherd, and the draw, McDonald got the win off the initial face-off. Back out in front, Jemayoff tried to kick it, but Binghamton getting feisty on the defensive side of the puck. It's King who gets bashed into the wall by Peterson, the extra forward here for Binghamton tonight as they've dressed 10 on the offensive side of things. Out in front, going to take a couple of odd hops, and Colgan going to hold with Peterson streaking down there with 3:51 left. Watertown hoping to add another goal here before we head into the second intermission, as seeing it late in that first period, Binghamton, they may be down in the game, but they're never out of one. They're just a team that likes to get in there and likes to make something happen when nobody expects it. That's been one of the things that's been a Black Bears theme so far this year under head coach Rod Davidson. Face-off will be to the left side of Colgan in the Binghamton offensive end. Going to be won back by Watertown. Binghamton going to break in there and knock it aside. Wolves going to turn it over the center ice line. Day going to cross in near side, left side circle. Going to hit the stick of Nozov. Now left side of the goal, Nozov going to bash it off the wall as it trickles off into the corner. 3.5 minutes to go, second period. Going to skip up through the air. Near side corner once more off to Shepherd's left side. Turn, man going to be crushed into the wall by Alworth. Now turning around the goal, Stanzo gonna find it on his stick. Nozov getting in there with a full face shield, turning it over the red line. Skating down, Peterson trying to get it. He's been out there for quite some time as well for Binghamton with 3:10 left in the second. As this one gonna get aside, and Powell gonna grab it here for the Black Bears. Turned its man in front of the benches on the red line. Stanzo over the blue line. Looking up, has plenty of time and space. Day gonna turn left side of the cage. Wrapped around King. With under 3 left now in the second, Watertown still on top 3-1. LaBelle back out over the red line. Gonna turn. King into the offensive end. It's Watertown in 4-on-3. Right side, back out of the point, McKetney. Gonna go just to the left side of the left post. Turned over, Powell in the corner with it. Blackberries bringing it back out, but can't get too much further than the blue line as Schmelka got on top of it, and it takes a couple of skips back behind the cage. Turning in there, Powell back out. Brett Parker can't hold it, but it's Iveshkin. Sends it over Josh Newberg, the second leading point producer here in Binghamton. Out up through the middle, Bonta drop pass back, turned and kicked off the shoulder pad of Joe Shepard into the corner. Intercepted. There's a couple of turnovers here for Binghamton, leading to some shots is now McKetney. Another drop pass, and Iveshkin going to grab this one for Binghamton. Wedged on over to Parker. Turned over to Iveshkin, who lost his left glove, and now he's going to have to go over and grab it. Use his stick to play it to himself, is now Nozov. Turned over the red line, and Watertown going to skate back down for it with 105 seconds left in the period. Right side of the goal. Going to be set up. King. Crossed on over. Stevens going to get on top of it here for the Black Bears. Behind the net, Iveshkin trying to go for the wraparound, hit the post. Saw a goal here a couple of years ago. Timofeyev went for the Michigan style when the Enforcers were here. But Iveshkin, haven't exactly seen something like that from him this season. He's been an elite goal scorer for Binghamton, but just hasn't done some of those beauteous things yet. But being as he's a rookie, I'm sure we'll see more as we go on throughout the year. Far side. Looking over, Coachman going to be open here. But instead, Jemayev now going to try to go back to Coachman. Binghamton going to break it out. Just a minute to go here in period number 2. Watertown still up on this one, 3-1. Fired back up over the blue line. Delaney can't hold on. Binghamton going to skate back for it, but it'll go icing against Watertown with 49.9 seconds to go in period 2.
Well, period number 2, shots on goal continue to be controlled by the Binghamton Black Bears, outshooting Watertown 12-7 for the period. Totals for the game, 24 for Watertown, 18 for Binghamton.
Face-off coming up will be to the left side of Colgan. D'Angelo going to be out there against Justin McDonald. 2 goals on the night so far for Watertown, so now he's got 14 on the year in his first season as assistant coach captain here. With 45.9 to go, it was covered by Colgan. The officials looking on over to the bench area here. Binghamton making a change just quick after that draw. It's only about 4 seconds did that unit spend on the ice. And now it'll be the second line coming out. It's Halesi, Eldworth, and Contrado. As Nozov went off to the bench. It was won by Eldworth. Going to turn and head down for it. Colin Fitzgerald picked up the lone goal for Binghamton in this game back in the first period with 2:20 to go until the intermission. As the Wolves going to flip it over the line. Going to be grabbed by Fitzgerald. Contrado getting in there trying to wedge it out. 3 Black Bear jerseys. Not going to be enough though. Watertown going to get it. Jemaye, far side circle. Fired and held by Shepard with 23.2 to go in the period. Binghamton going to go for one more change here. This could be the unit that sends us into the second intermission. We've got just 1 goal coming in this period so far. It was Justin McDonald's second of the game as we went in to first intermission, tied 2-1. Face-off will be to the right side of Joe Shepard here. As Binghamton, Kyle Powell going to get in there. Hits off his stick. Now near side corner. Nozov throwing the body on Jemayev. Getting in there, Powell finally knocked it aside. Newberg going to turn and go back for it. Right over there, he's going to send it all the way down into the neutral zone. Turned on, and now they're going to blow it dead with 3.2 left in the period.
So another quick stoppage here. Face-off going to come into the Watertown end. They're just outside the zone, I believe, right to our near side. And just as I said near side, they skate to the far side of the ice.
They went offsides on Watertown on that one. So McDonald gonna go into the circle to see Newberg one last time here before we head to our second intermission. Gonna be dropped and it's turned, and that's gonna be it here for period 2. As the Watertown Wolves gonna take a 3-1 lead into the dressing room.
Well, the Watertown Wolves got on the board early here tonight, 5:41 of period number 1. Johnny Bonta netted the goal, assisted by Colin Shamelka. Second goal coming at 16:16 of the period as Justin McDonald scored his first goal of the evening, assisted by Alexander Jemayev and by Lane King. 17-14 of period number 1. Colin Fitzgerald nets the goal, assisted by Gavin Abbott. That made it 2-1 as the Black Bears were able to finally get on the board. And 9:22 of period number 2, J. Mack gets his second goal of the night, assisted by Lane King on a beautiful feed from the side, making it 3-1 here after 40 minutes of play.
Well, it's been a beauty of the first 2 periods of play, and it's going to be interesting to see what the last 20 have.
Got a lot more action here to go from the Watertown Municipal Arena.
We're going to step aside here and head into our break, and when we come back, we'll get you set for period 3 and do it for the final period tonight.
Well, welcome back to period number 3 here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. My name is Jeff Barrett, joined by Colby Smith here tonight. Colby took us all the way through period number 2. Glad to have the young man joining us from all the way down in central New York, making your way up to Watertown tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly a long drive to come on up here, but always a good time in the Wolves booth and having a good time with you up here. So the team's going to come on back out to the ice, and we're going to get set for period 3.
That was funny. Colby and I have talked a lot. Like I said, he worked with John Clement down at the First Arena with the Elmira Enforcers a couple years back. He does professional basketball as well, some junior hockey, and we've been talking on and off. This is the first time we've ever had the opportunity to work together. You came up all the way last year to fill in for me one day to a game that never happened, and I felt horrible about that. You drove all the way up here and didn't happen. Finally, we got you here in Watertown, and you're going to join me a few more times this year, right?
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it. So, Justin McDonald, 2 goals for Watertown so far in this game. The other coming from Johnny Bonta, and the lone goal from Binghamton coming from Colin Fitzgerald, his first of the season, assisted by D'Angelo and Abbott. And we were just talking about it off mic at second intermission. But the big one, I've mentioned his name a few times tonight, Nikita Ivashkin has a 9-game point streak on the line tonight for Binghamton. So he's going to be right out here with that top line of Newberg and Contrado as the Black Bears go for a line shift. And Jeff, let's do it, period 3.
Here we go, period number 3. McKechnie and Newberg to the face-off circle. Newberg won that one back. Skates all the way through center ice. Coachman goes back to pick it up for Watertown in front of his own goal. He'll get in behind. Oganese keeps an eye on him as that one comes out of the zone. Chamelka able to kick forward, and then it gets sent right back in by Josh Newberg. Puck out to the near half board, controlled there by Chamelka. Slid that one forward. McKechnie's going to drain the offensive zone with it. Powell keeps an eye on him. The puck comes to the near side. He goes right back to the short slot, let a shot go. That hit a skate, went all the way to the corner. Puck came right back in front, and Colin Chamelka standing on the doorstep, and he's going to get credited with a goal. I'm not sure he even saw that thing coming. And Chamelka, 38 seconds in, and the Wolves are going to make it 4-1 here. And Colby, I hope you had a better look than I did at that one.
That was like what happens at Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Sometimes the meatballs just come bumbling out of the sky, and that puck right in the corner was like a loose meatball. Just got pushed front side of the goal. Like you said, Chamelka right there on the doorstep, just able to push it by Shepard, and now the lead's going to be at 3 for Watertown.
Boy, that's got to kneecap the Black Bears to start out period number 3. They've been in this game and really battled back in period number 2. Just to have that happen in the first 30 seconds here of the third period. LaBelle Constrol sends it back in. That one broken up, sent out of the zone. Then behind the defense, Stevens walks in, goes one-on-one with the goaltender, Brennan Colgan. Colgan able to turn that one aside. Puck all the way back out to neutral ice. Aldworth had it, sent it back into his own end, controlled by Oganezov, and then sent out to the far side. Fitzgerald sends it into the offensive end. Colgan out of his net, settles the puck down there, and then turns it back to the far side. Wolves control, trying to get it out. Laporte sends it forward, got it to Jemayev near side. Jemayev steps into the zone, tried to slide it by the defender. Corey Sherman couldn't get it underneath him. Puck came back out. DiCostanzo controls. Half-board far side. Got it up to Brennan Ash. Ash is going to lift that one on goal. And Shepard's going to reach out, grab that one. And we get a quick stoppage. 18:21 left in period number 3.
Watertown's just been keeping that puck in the offensive end, jamming those chances on net. It seems like every time even they've been in that offensive end, they've had that 1-3-1 forecheck on, and they've just been able to get those pucks, keep it in there. And, man, it's just a beauty of a game on the offensive side tonight for Watertown.
DiCostanzo won the faceoff from D'Angelo and then turned over in the offensive end. So the Black Bears control. Puck comes up to the near side, got outside the zone, controlled by Holetzi, goes down in, lets a shot go. That was Pedersen, that let that one go. Peterson sent it to the far side. Big collision on the far half board. Now skating out of the zone. Brandon Day on the left-hand side. Gets behind the defense, lets a shot go. Shepard's going to turn that one aside way up into the netting here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. We get a stoppage in play.
And looking at the lone other game in the FPHL tonight once more, we've got the Danbury Hat-Tricks still on top of the Delaware Thunder. Going to be a 4-1 score now. Speaking of games coming up next week, don't forget, if you're still looking for a Christmas present for your loved ones, you still got time. Get some tickets. The Watertown Wolves back here on Monday to host Danbury at 7:30, and then Delaware going to be here at 7:30 on Thursday.
Kyle Powell put it behind his own goal. The Wolves intercepted it, and now the goal is going to come off the Morgan. We're going to get a quick stoppage here in the Binghamton end of the ice.
That goal down there to the left is the one that seems like it's popped off more tonight. That's definitely been for sure.
You know, Kobe, you and I were talking earlier. You were asking about the attendance here in the arena, how many people it holds. I believe it's around 1,250. Tonight's attendance, although it looked like it was filling up great, 736, but this is one of the smaller buildings in the FPHL.
Nothing gets as small as Delaware.
I haven't had the pleasure of making it to Delaware yet, so. Puck out near side. Chmelka controls for Watertown. Got it back to Bonta. Bonta, one of the goal scorers here tonight. Got it back to McKechnie. That one broken up. Kyle Powell goes the other direction. Got it to Newberg. Newberg slides it forward to Ivashkin. That one broken up. And that's a guy, like Colby said, you want to keep the puck away from his stick right now. Wolves with a 3-on-1 opportunity the other way. Puck to Chmelka. Near side. Slid it in front. And somehow Shepard able to find that one and break that up. That was unbelievable.
That took a really odd skip off the ice. The way it was in the air, I could see why he took that hesitation because didn't know whether it was in front or behind. But Joe Shepard still managing to hold on to that one. And the 3-on-1 for the Wolves just going to go bye-bye.
Golden opportunity there to add one more here in period number 3. Just about 3 minutes played in regulation of the last period. As we go to the face-off again, McDonald won that one back, and then Jemayev sent it all the way around the backside. Laporte will control, sends it out to the point on the far side. Got it to Lane King. King back to LaBelle. LaBelle let a shot go, and that's going to get tipped off the stick of Shepard. Goes to the near corner. Gathered up there. I thought we had a stoppage in play. I thought it got the net. Everybody stopped moving. And then Nikita Vashkin just said, hey, what the heck? He's going to keep on going. Edwards has it in behind, had it poked away by Lane King. Came to the near side, all the way out for Laporte, racing down the right-hand side. He'll get to it, had it poked away off his stick. Parker has it, sends it out to the near side. Aldworth takes it. He'll jump into the offensive zone, goes right to the slot, lets a shot go. That hit LaBelle's stick, then turned to the corner by LaBelle. Parker pokes it along, tried to get it onto the stick of Oganezov. That one broken up. Wolves control back the other direction, but then breaking up the outlet was Stevens as he'll control. Got it back to Aldworth. Wolves go back the other direction. Gathered up on the defensive end by Corey Sherman. He slid that one forward. The Wolves able to take that one away, and it comes right back to the stick of Sherman. He's going to send that one in from outside the blue line. That's going to go right to the chest of Brendan Colgan, and we'll get a stoppage in play. 15:47 left in regulation.
Looking over at the Wolves bench, it just kind of slipped my mind talking about transactions and everything and goalies in the league so far this year. Luke Cohen got traded by Watertown earlier today to Port Huron, and they did add a third goaltender. They've only been carrying 2, but Brandon Nosey, local kid, got added today, so now Watertown going to have 3 goalies as he's dressed as backup.
Puck into the Watertown end once again. Brendan Ash going to get it. He'll get tangled up with Abbott. Abbott slides the puck far side, gathered up. Quick shot coming. Went all the way through the blue ice. Comes up to the near side. Ash again in the collision in behind the goal with Jens Peterson. Puck in behind. Peterson control. Tried to get it to the front of the goal. Wolves broke that one up. Mike Mann's going to go back the other direction. 2 defenders there. He'll get taken off the puck by Corey Sherman before he ever got into the offensive zone. So they'll turn with it. Sent back out. Darling got it out to the blue line, but not out of the zone. D'Angelo tried to slide it forward. Does kick it out. Gets it out to neutral ice. Peterson down the far side. That pass broken up. And now the Wolves racing right back to the offensive end. Turning with it is Michael Mann. Lost it as he tried to center it. Broken up. Peterson back the other direction. He and Slaquette could get involved. And they're going to take the official. Took the official right out of the play as well. Brendan Ash behind the Watertown goal will control. Gives it to DeCostanzo. DeCostanzo got it to Zaketka. And then taken away. Ivashkin goes right to the front of the goal, and he's denied by Brendan Colgan. He got upended. We're going to get a penalty. Delayed penalty coming to the Wolves. Stevens controls. Half board, near side. Goes across to Kyle Powell. Powell settles it down. Got it back in front to Newberg. That one broken up. Ivashkin has it. Sends it across, and now it's touched up by Brandon Day, and the penalty going to come. We're going to get a tripping call.
But with 14:10 left in this period, that's going to be the first media timeout as well. So the tripping call, not exactly a good one, going to go against Justin McDonald, also one of the best penalty killers on the Watertown side of things. The Binghamton power play, I got no shade against the Binghamton power play, but it's certainly been a struggle on their side of things so far this year, converging to just a 14.3% clip. Have just one convergence over their 5 games in the month of December so far. The two things about Binghamton, talking earlier on in the first period, if you're just dropping in, their defensive struggles is certainly the one, and the second one is how they fare on special teams. For a team that's 8-8, their power play, their penalty kill have been not so great at all on either side of things, and now that they're going to get a chance here on the power play with one of the best penalty killers in Justin McDonald in the box, Binghamton just going to try to get on out there and look for something to happen. But Watertown, the penalty kill has been also great so far this year, 86.8%, going to lead the league in that department. So the Wolves lockdown, shutdown team, and now they're going to come on back out here to the ice with 14:10 left, and the Black Bears on the power play.
You know, with almost 6 minutes gone, period number 3, this is the first true power play we've had of the evening. We had a 4-on-4 earlier tonight.
Very true.
So face-off, go to the near circle. Josh Newberg skates in against Cole McKechnie. Newberg won that back, controlled far side as Oganezov slid that one back to Nazov. Now it comes back to Ivashkin. Turns up the shot goal, and he'll score. Goal coming from the short slot, and I believe it was your boy Nikita Ivashkin that knocked that one in, unless it was tipped somewhere on the way.
They're going to say that the goal went for Josh Newberg, but Ivashkin going to pick up the primary assist, so that 9-game point streak only going to go longer.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be a Newberg's 8th of the year, so he'll continue to be second on the team in the goal-scoring department for Binghamton. That'll also be his 5th of the season against Watertown, so loves to show up against the blue and gray.
Well, that's going to tighten things up a bit here, making it 4-2 as Jemayev jumps into the offensive end. Puck right to the front of the goal. Day couldn't redirect it, trying to slide it through the legs. It's going to come all the way back down to the Watertown end. Now it'll come out to Jemayev, near ice. He'll turn around, and he's got down the right-hand side. He's got Dolina with him. Dolina trailing, has to pick up the puck as he got sent back to neutral ice area. LaBelle will control. Jemayev tips it in the offensive end. Justin McDonald will give chase, but the puck's going to get turned over. We'll go back the other direction, skating out of the zone. Brett Parker has it. Slides it to Aldworth, near side. Aldworth send one on. That one turned aside by Colgan. Wolves race right back the other direction, and we're going to get an icing call, and we'll bring it all the way back to the Watertown end.
Well, the icing calls just continue to come, and the Binghamton power play didn't last long on that one with Newberg getting that goal. But the thing is, cutting it back to a two-goal game, the Wolves have been the better team in the third period so far this year, but you can't take anything away from what Binghamton's doing here. Watertown just looking to tighten things up on defense and hold the foot down here.
I think the next couple of minutes are going to be very important to see how this flow goes to the game, if Watertown keeps the intensity up, or if that goal did any damage, as the puck stays in the offensive end for the Black Bears. In behind the goal, Ivashkin had it, sent it back out to the near side. Corey Sherman is going to send that one on goal from the near point, gathered up by Brendan Colgan. And with just under 13 minutes to play in the period, we get another timeout.
And the shots now are going to be 29-24 in favor of Watertown in that department. They've had 40-plus in their last 7 straight games. So now they're in danger of having that mark snapped tonight.
Puck comes out to Sherman, turns with it, lost it for a second, sends it deep into the corner. Contrado had it, sent it forward. Laporte sends it all the way around to the far side. Dolina has it, slips it out to the near point. King too far for him to get to. So the puck comes back out to neutral ice. McDonald's just going to slap it into the zone. Wolves going for wholesale changes here on the dump in. Michael Mann races right to the offensive end, puts the forecheck on. Wolves control. Day back the other direction. Gets the zone on the right-hand side, lets a shot go. That one high off the shoulder of Shepard. Comes all the way back out to neutral ice. Gets sent in. The Black Bears offside, so they have to clear, and they will go for a line change as well. So Brendan Nash controls for Watertown behind the goal, sends it out far side. That one intercepted. Stevens kept it in the zone, and now gathered up on the far side. Brett Parker has it. Lets his shot go. Missed it. Aldworth ends up on top of the puck behind the goal, and then DeCostanzo comes away with it for Watertown. Got it back. Nolan Saketka near side. Just going to lift that out. Powell knocks it down right at the center line. And then the Wolves send it right back into the offensive end. Powell had it, send it cross ice. And then it gets lifted all the way down. And icing is waved off. Tipped on the way out of the zone. So Nolan Saketka in behind the Watertown goal. Gathers up the loose change. He'll turn. Comes out to the near side. His outlet pass almost broken up by Stevens. And then it gets sent into the Black Bears bench, and we're going to get stoppage in play. 11:27 left in regulation. The Wolves leading 4-2.
Watertown 2 goals from Justin McDonald in this game. They got one from Abanta. On the Binghamton side of things, the lone goal of this period so far coming off the stick of Josh Newberg. It was 2-1 at first intermission, then it was 3-1, and now all of a sudden it's 4-2.
Powell controls near side. That one broken up on the dump in. D'Angelo's going to turn with it, though. He'll gain the zone on the left-hand side. Races down, try to get a centering pass. That one broken up, and the Wolves look to skate out with it. Johnny Bonta, far side, gets into the blue line, dropped the puck there, and then gathered up at the point. Puck came right back in front. Shepard somehow able to poke that one away. Goes back behind the Binghamton goal, gathered up and sent out by Igor Nazov. That's going to get out to neutral ice area. Gathered up by Justin Coachman. And Coachman took a huge hit, and he's going to end up almost in the Binghamton bench as he was hanging upside down over the boards. And he's a big kid to take a hit like that.
Sometimes the big body doesn't necessarily mean you can't get rocked, and that's surely what happened in that case.
So the faceoff's going to come right to center ice. And Justin McDonald, Josh Newberg, as they've done all night long, will face off one more time. LaBelle's going to control Watertown and tried to slide it forward. Jamayev gets in behind the defense, goes in front of the goal. Did that one across? Ivashkin turns with it here, near side. Going to skate into the zone, comes right to the spot. He shoots and scores! Nikita Ivashkin has tightened this one up. He'll put the Black Bears within a goal here, 4-3, with still just over half the period left to play in period number 3. And just like that, we got a new game out here as the Black Bears, we said a couple minutes ago, the next few minutes we're going to see how this tide would turn. And the Black Bears have not laid over yet. They took advantage and knotted this thing up, Colby, with just over 10 minutes to play.
Well, I got to tell you, Jeff, that was a little enthusiastic for a Nikita Ivashkin goal.
Puck loose, down on the ice. Goal's going to come off the mooring, and we'll get a stoppage once again.
But Nikita Ivashkin, you can see it there. The reason why he's been so good so far in this year, his games translated really well from Russia to the States. He had only played 2 games prior on a North American sheet of ice when he played for the Carolina Junior Hurricanes in the USPHL Premier 2 seasons ago, their last 2 games of the regular season. Put up 4 points there, and it was just a showing of what he'd do when he got here to the FPHL, now with 32 so far on the season in just 16 games.
Puck in the short slot, Slaketka lets a shot go. Shepard able to get a piece of the leg on that one, turn that one aside. Does get outside the zone. Wolves have to gather it up. Brendan Ash has it, slides it forward. DeCostanzo tipped it, but it was taken away, go right back the other direction. Corey Sherman, the offensive end, dropped it there. Now it's going to come out on the near side. Aldworth giving pressure. Day goes to the front of the goal. He's going to go down, and that is going to get covered up by Shepard, and now we're going to get a battle down here. Couple of guys down on the ice. Very quickly got tangled up and went right to the ice. Now Justin Coachman and Aldworth going at it. And also in there's Rocco Di Costanzo as he and Aldworth get tamed up. And now Shepard's going to join the party. The goaltender coming over and grabbing onto Rocco Di Costanzo and trying to pull him off the pile.
We love it when feisty gets feisty, and that's what we saw down on this side of things. It looks like the only two, Will Darling and Nolan Slichtetska, the only two that didn't really join the party on this one. Everybody else out there jumped into the pile and had some fun.
And there's laundry all over the ice here, so it'll take a second to clean this up. And it looks like Di Costanzo is on his way to the penalty box. We know Justin Coachman's going to be coming. Kyle Stevens, the lone black bear at this point, coming to the penalty box, but I'm pretty sure Thomas Aldworth is going to be joining him as they will both head over this way.
Looks like Kyle Stevens getting a little love from Watertown here. There's some fans down there pointing at him and telling him to sit down, and now Thomas Aldworth indeed going to join him. We got a party going on in the penalty box.
Oh my God, Parker's now made his way over, and it's a full penalty box over here. There's a bunch of white jerseys sitting down, and we got three on the other side as well.
Di Costanzo, Coachman, and Mann for Watertown, and with Parker over there, that makes Parker, Stevens, and Aldworth. So Powell and McDonald over here trying to talk this one out. You could probably see it that Parker was going to get the seed as he was the first one who really started the whole thing. But then after fists a flying, gloves a tumbling, it was just evident that we were going to see a couple more than that. And so it's like the penalty box to be loaded for the next couple minutes.
And it's funny to sit here and watch Kyle Powell and Justin McDonald having a conversation. They're both laughing here as they stand right in front of the penalty box.
Sometimes you got to have some fun. Like we said, some pre-Christmas fun. That's what we got going on here tonight.
Well, things really tightened up here the last couple of minutes as far as the scoreboard, and now the fans are back on their feet as they've enjoyed that little battle.
Everybody just seems to be loving it here right now.
You got to love when fans come over and take pictures of the penalty box.
Hey, it's not often you see three aside in the penalty box. It's like a full deck of cards. And it's funny looking over there at the Binghamton bench. Owen Liskowitz, the backup goaltender tonight for Binghamton, played the third period Saturday night down in Binghamton, stopped 11 of 14. Played D3 college hockey, but he's over there. All the rest of the Binghamton skaters down there in a little bit of a huddle right now, just kind of talking things out. And he's just over there, standing tall and not really just
he's hanging out.
Yeah, he's just there, just chilling. Everybody just seems to be having a little bit of fun out there on the ice right now.
Well, the officials relaying all the penalties to our scorekeepers downstairs here at our house announcer, Brian Hunsiger. And he's got a big legal pad, and he's going to need that with all these penalties.
He might even need a second page. Looks like one page is going to be enough.
He looks like he's going to finish it up right there.
Justin McDonald and Justin Coachman having a little bit of a go around down here.
Well, no official announcement yet on what the penalties will be. We're watching the computer to see what pops up, our live scoring here.
I don't even think they know what the penalties quite are yet.
Kyle Powell still pleading his case for the Black Bears.
For a guy that doesn't have a letter yet on his sweater for Binghamton, you can bet that Kyle Powell will be getting one soon.
Always been a leader when he was here in Watertown for all those years. that he was here. He said he's the most popular player I think we've ever had in a Watertown sweater. And to see him in a white jersey here tonight, it is what it is, but great to see him back in action in the FPHL. Coachman is gone. He is headed to the locker room once again.
And I wonder if Brett Parker might be getting the same sentence here for Binghamton, because it seems like that's where all of Kyle Powell's direction's going right now. Nope, they're going to close the door. So Coachman's probably going to go for the head contact down there to the left side of the goal.
To Binghamton's number 18, Brett Parker. He receives 2 minutes for a bucket. To Binghamton's number 13, Kyle Stevens. He receives 5 minutes for fighting. And to Binghamton's number 9, Thomas Alder. He receives 5 minutes for fighting. Number 91, Watertown, receives 2 minutes on scoring at time.
Well, back to action. Watertown right to the offense. And we'll get those penalties to you here as soon as we get them all. Puck came right back out front. Jemayeff missed on the near side. Puck control came out. LaBelle let a shot go. That's going to go off the stick of Shepard and up and out of play.
So it sounds like we got 2 minutes going on Brett Parker down there for the initial hit. You got 5 minutes going to Eldworth and Stevens both for fighting. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct to man on the Watertown side of things. Deacon Sancho gets 5 for fighting. And then you get 10 to Coachman, as well as the game misconduct is what I got out of the in-house announcement.
So puck near side corner. J-Mac sent it around far side, and skating out Laporte lets a one-timer go, and he's going to hit Shepard in the chest with that, with the goal coming off the mooring. So we get another stoppage in play. And as Colby, you pointed it out, that goal seems to be the issue tonight, coming off every time at the left end of the arena.
It seems like that left side more, too. That left post seems to come wedged off, and it just seems to be the issue. Down at the Murray Athletic Center, though, the Junior Enforcers home facility, though, it seems like we get that same problem. There's always one goal, it seems like every game. That always seems to be the issue. Some teams in the lower levels, you just have it. 9:12 going to be left in this game, and with this being the media timeout, both teams going to be headed on over with their coaches, trying to talk things out here, get their game plan in the works for the last few minutes. With all the penalties, we're still playing 5-on-5. Deacon Stancho and Mann sitting in for Watertown, and Ellsworth, Parker, and Stevens over there for Binghamton. Coachman's watching over there down in the tunnel to the Wolves side of the locker room. So despite getting the game misconduct, still wants to see how this one turns out with still plenty of time left, as the Wolves holding on to the narrow 4-3 lead.
Well, Coachman wearing the A this year for the Watertown Wolves, so as you said, he's going to hang out off ice over in the corner by the Zamboni room, keep an eye on things. Face-off won and controlled by Binghamton, comes out to the near side. Abbott controls. He'll wheel with it. Day's going to take him to the boards, breaks that effort up. It was slid forward, though, by Peterson. Puck went right across the front. Now Fitzgerald skates in. Lets a quick shot go. That one gathered up by Brendan Colgan, and we get a stoppage in play.
Colgan just continuing to show why he's one of the best goalies in the FPHL when he's here. Again, a guy who hasn't had all too much experience in the FPHL, but playing in front of a team that's built defensive heavy. Doesn't see a ton of shots, but the numbers just show he's solid.
Puck goes in behind control. Tried to get it back out in front was Binghamton. Lifted out to center ice. Nazov's going to turn with it and then take in there. Turning right back is Ivashkin. He'll step inside. Ivashkin lost the puck in front of the goal. Laporte take a shot at it. Ivashkin goes to pick up the loose change gathered up by Laporte. He'll slide it out. Got it to McDonald. McDonald to Day. Day down the right-hand side. Got it back to McDonald in the slot. Lets the shot go. That one off the shoulder of Shepard, and somehow Shepard able to gather that up. Now we got a couple others that are going to get together. They took exception to Alexander Jemayeff going to that loose puck in front of Shepard. Actually, not a loose puck. Shepard had gathered it up, and Jemayeff right in his face. And a couple of the Black Bears taking exception to that.
That's just one of the unwritten rules. When a goalie's got a puck, you don't go in there and try to go for the extra hats and lats. But if that's going to happen, of course somebody's not going to take kindly to it.
8:28 remaining in regulation. The Wolves up by 1 here late going as the faceoff will come in the Black Bears end of the ice one more time. It'll be Josh Newberg for the Black Bears against Justin McDonald. These guys have seen an awful lot of each other in the circle tonight. Puck comes off, they score! Off the faceoff! Puck's going to go right in front, and somehow Shepard lost a stick, and the Wolves are going to put one back on the board, and the Black Bears are going to argue this one.
I don't necessarily know what there is to argue about that one. It was a clean face-off win. Schmelka was right there on the doorstep, popped it up and in. Glove side on Joe Shepard. So Newberg going to be right out there with Brandon Catrato trying to talk this one out with the officiating crew. But Watertown, the goal going to get put up in-house here. They're going to have themselves a 5-3 lead. And that's going to be 2 goals on the night for number 25.
Yeah, very quickly, Kyle Powell also came over and had one of the other officials pulled aside. But the officials, that was very quick. No argument. They just kept right on going. Brandon Day's going to control it in behind the Watertown end as the Wolves add an extra goal here to make a 2-goal cushion with 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Johnny Bonta slides it near side, got it onto the stick of Cole McKechnie. McKechnie down the left-hand side, tried to put it to the front of the goal. Shepard's going to drop down, cover that one up, and wisely the Wolves players skate away before anything else happens in front of the goal.
Doesn't want to get that juiced-up penalty box anymore, Fall. The 2-goal lead, that's the least thing you want is to go down shorthanded right now.
Looks like Cole McKechnie's going to go to the face-off circle for Watertown in against Gino D'Angelo. D'Angelo won that one back through his feet. Comes all the way around, puck out to neutral ice. D'Angelo gets all the way back out to neutral, gathers it there. Cole McKechnie took it away. He and Johnny Bonta trying to keep it in the zone for Watertown. Peterson tried to poke it out. Now it comes right back to in front of the goal and then gathered up and sent back out. Gavin Abbott had it, slid it forward. Wolves going to break that one up. Slid over to Lane King. King got it to Laporte. Laporte high off the glass, able to send that one all the way down in the Binghamton end. Gathered up there by Corey Sherman. Sherman will turn with it, backs it into the offensive side. He's going to take a giant hit here from Colin Chamelka. And Chamelka now slow to get up, and he is hobbled on that left foot. Chamelka stays out. Sherman with the and he rifles a shot and went right off the leg of Chamelka, who was already limping, and he hit him right on the knee that he was already favoring that leg. Brendan Day got into the offensive end, got taken down. Chamelka able to make it back to the bench after taking a couple of wild hits here. Puck comes out near side, headed forward. Will Darling has it, just going to poke it into the offensive end. He'll go for a change. Slaketka control for Watertown, sends it cross ice. Contrato couldn't break it up. Brandon Day back the other direction, gains the zone, drops it for Justin McDonald. McDonald into the corner, had it poked away. Giving chase is Josh Newberg. It came out to Kyle Powell. Powell back to the near side, slid it out to neutral ice area. Contrato got it to Ivashkin. Ivashkin down the side, lets a shot go. That's going to go off the stick of Brennan Ash and up and out of play. 6:13 left in the period.
And with that, Mann's going to skate out, and Parker's going to skate out of the penalty box here. So Deacon Stanzo going to be the lone man left in the box for Watertown. Stevens and Eldworth over there still for Binghamton. Face-off will be to the left side of Colgan coming up here as Binghamton going to get another offensive zone draw.
McKechnie's going to win that one from Newberg. Sends it all the way around to the far side, kept in by Nazoff on the offensive end. Then it gets lifted up and gets outside the zone. That was a tight one, but Contrato grabbed it, but the official right there on the line is going to call that one offside. We get another quick stop.
Seems like the quick stops continue to come here in this third period. And despite the Wolves, what we call goodness so far in the third period earlier on this season, yeah, maybe they've got a couple of goals here in this third period, but they haven't been the shutdown, lockdown force we've seen here recently in the final frame.
Laporte tipped it forward, but it's controlled by the Black Bears. Contrado got it out to neutral ice area. Blaine King broke that one up. Now he got it back to Laporte. Laporte's just going to back it into the offensive end. And giving chase is Johnny Bonta. Bonta with a goal here tonight. Wolves able to keep it in the zone. Lane King had it and got it to the front of the goal. And McKechnie was racing in, got a stick on it, but Shepard able to snag that one, and we get another stoppage with 5:38 remaining.
There was some speculation about whether Owen Liskowicz, mentioned him a few times tonight, was actually going to get the start here tonight for Binghamton. But after playing that third period on Saturday, Binghamton decided Joe Shepard was going to be the dude for one more here before the Christmas holiday.
Puck controlled in behind. Oganezov sent it out to the near side. Fitzgerald turns to center ice. Lost it for a second. LaBelle's going to take it away. He'll come back through neutral ice, goes right to the slot area. Dropped it there. Parker took it away for the Black Bears. Parker slides in behind the goal. He'll hold the puck there. 5:15 remaining in regulation. Cross ice pass near side to Darling. Darling sent that one out. Gets into the offensive end. Fitzgerald goes to get it, but LaBelle's going to take it away. He got it to Laporte. Laporte to Bonta, far side. Bonta gets inside the blue line, steps to the right side of the goal, gets knocked down in the corner, taken down by Oganezov, and then the Wolves able to keep it in. Jamaev lets a shot go. That missed all the way across the front and gets up and out of play.
So with that's going to take us to our final media timeout of the night, at least in regulation. That is the Watertown Wolves on top of the Binghamton Black Bears, a 5-3 here late in this third period. The Wolves holding a 36-27 lead in shots, and in this period, that department going to be 11-9. The Black Bears over there in their huddle trying to draw up something. They got the clipboard out. But head coach Brent Clark on the Wolves bench just directing stuff, just trying to get his guys all fired up and give them the energy they need to close this one off. The Watertown Wolves going to have 2 home games here next week, Monday and Thursday, then make the trip down to Binghamton Friday, and that's going to close out their slate of hockey in 2021 before they're right back here for 5 straight home games to start the month of 2022, with most notably the Carolina Thunderbirds up here for 3 games the first full weekend of the month.
A huge test when Carolina comes to town. They've always been tough when they came to the Watertown Arena. Obviously, we don't see Danbury for a little bit yet, but that's kind of, like you said earlier, the hottest team in the league. Not kind of, they are the hottest team in the FPHL right now. Nazov sends that one all the way around. Contrado controls far side, able to slip that out. Tried to get it to Newberg. That was broke up. J-Mac's going to send it right back into the offensive end for Watertown. Brandon Day gives chase. Day's going to end up with it. Tried to get a centering pass. That one intercepted. A lot of white jerseys as he tried to slide it through the middle. That didn't work. Now Contrado and Ivashkin break into the offensive end. Contrado tried to slide it through Ivashkin. Pass was too far for him to get. Wolves able to get it back out to neutral ice. Nazov's going to control there. Jamaev kept an eye on him, but it came all the way back to Newberg. Newberg and Ivashkin and Contrado. Contrado with a one-timer, and the rebound came right back in front. Newberg right there. So the Black Bears 2 opportunities, but Brendan Colgan takes it away and keeps it a 2-goal lead.
Considering the fact that Colgan just seems like these tests that come from the Black Bears, they're all over the place. It's not like Colgan's seeing a lot of stuff on the ice, not like he's seeing a lot of high stuff, but he's seeing quite the mix of both. So the fact that he's held tough like he has tonight in this game, something remarkable considering it is his first action in about 2 weeks.
Face-off one came right out to the slot. Quick shot coming off the stick of Oganezov, but that missed high, and then it goes in behind. Stevens controls there. He'll get tangled up in behind the goal. Came out to the near side. Fitzgerald had it, but then swiped away from him. That's going to go the length of the ice. Icing will be the call, and we'll head all the way back down to the Watertown end. 3:47 left in regulation.
So Binghamton going to keep this unit, the Ellsworth unit, out here, so it'll be the second line with Stevens coming out of the penalty box and Parker out there as well. So the trio that just seems to like to spend a lot of time in the penalty box out here for Binghamton.
They go back at it. Big collision in behind the goal. Slaket could just send it around to the near side. Jamelka parked it forward. McKechnie's going to end up with it. Bonta races down the left-hand side. Goes to the shot and scores! Johnny Bonta went to the backhand, dragging it down the left-hand side, and he's going to beat Joe Shepard over the near shoulder, and the Wolves are going to add one more here in the late going. 3-goal lead now for Watertown.
Well, that puck got flipped up into the air, out of play after the fact, and it was kind of funny looking down and seeing Black Bears broadcaster Rob Lapolis flinch back away from the netting when that one got flipped up there. But the Wolves lead going to be at 3 goals now, and considering if that's just 3:30 to go, the Wolves just looking to close this one out and get the win.
So LaBelle's going to slide it out far side. That's going to miss everybody. Icing will get waved off, though, as the Black Bears retreat into their own end. Corey Sherman controlling, turning with it, got it out of the zone on the near side. D'Angelo had it, tried to poke it forward. DeCostanzo lost the stick for a minute and then caught it right back again. Quick shot coming, that missed on the near side. D'Angelo far side, just going to send that one towards the front of the goal. Going to get gathered up in behind. He'll grab it. D'Angelo skates out to the near side. He will turn with it. Got it to Abbott. Abbott out to the far side. Oganezov sends it back to the near point where Sherman tried to get it forward. That hit a skate. Stays in the zone, though. So Oganezov comes all the way over, picks it up, and skates through. Now try to get it back to Abbott. That's going to get outside the zone. 2:28 remaining in regulation. Corey Sherman got it forward to Peterson. Lifts it into the offensive end. Oganezov giving chase from there. He and McKechnie have a little collision. Far side, McKechnie able to lift it out of the zone. Icing waved off one more time. So puck controlled out through neutral ice. Newberg had it poked away, and now it'll come right back to him. But then McKechnie controls, sends it into the offensive end for Watertown. Darling giving chase back in behind. Jamelka all over him, trying to get the puck back. Brandon Contrado had it for a second, lost it there, but then it came right back onto his stick. Contrado controls near side, sends it in behind the Watertown goal, goes all the way around. Slaket able to slide it out to Johnny Bonta. Bonta with a couple of goals on the evening. Sends it out to the near side, back out to neutral ice. Fitzgerald will control from there. Fitzgerald turned it forward. Contrado steps inside the blue line, slides it by Brennan Ash. Colgan way out of the goal to send that one out. Fitzgerald lost it. Now Bonta in a foot race to pick up the loose puck near side. Bonta slams on the brakes, turns wheels, cross ice pass. Tried to get it to Laporte. Laporte knocked it down, then had to take the body on Contrado and knocked him down. Laporte's going to come away with it. Tried to skate between 3 white jerseys, and Sherman tangled him up. That's going to slide right to the front of Shepard. He'll cover that up. We get a stoppage just over 1 minute to play.
Well, and Binghamton's going to want this one to end quickly so they can head on back. Having Danbury coming into their building on Monday, they'll have a couple of days to reset after making the just over 100-mile trip back to Binghamton. Watertown, 2 more games here next week starting Monday when the Hat-Tricks are here.
Puck back into the Black Bears end. Kyle Powell will control, got it out to Aldworth. Aldworth goes cross ice, puts it on the stick of Brett Parker. Parker shoots and scores!
A little more enthusiasm from Jeff about the Black Bears tonight.
Brett Parker, you got to give him credit. That was a nice shot. He just raced down the left-hand side and lifted one over the shoulder of Colgan and got one back here. Still 6-4, just 50 seconds left on the clock.
And you got to wonder if Binghamton wins this faceoff, if Shepard's going to skate off here. 49.9 seconds, not a ton of time, but it is enough to make something happen.
Face-off one, Wolves control back into their own end. It came back to Laporte. He's just going to lift that to the offensive side, and that'll negate any chance of Shepard heading to the bench right at this point. Kyle Powell skates out, gets out in the neutral ice. Shepard sneaking, and still no call from the bench. He's got his hands up like asking, what am I doing? And it looks like they're going to leave him in net here, trailing by 2 with 24 seconds left. Parker near side, tried to get into the zone, got it to Aldworth, far side, went too far. and gathered up by Biedron. Biedron tried to clear the zone, couldn't get it. Aldworth ends up with it again. Stevens takes the puck, comes down the right-hand side, centering pass, another quick shot coming. That went across the top of the goal, 5 seconds left. And the mad scramble is going to come to an end here in front. And the Wolves are going to come away 6-4 winners and a very happy crowd here tonight. And Shepard's just going to toss the goal at the other end of the ice down face first onto the ice. And very quickly, Joe Shepard off the ice and headed back to the tunnel.
So the final tonight indeed going to be 6-4 in favor of the Watertown Wolves as the first place club just going to continue to slide up. It'll move them to 13-3, now 38 points. And the Binghamton Black Bears going to drop to 8-9, and they'll still hold up their 5th spot in the FPHL. Looking back at the scoring summary from tonight, 5:41 into the first, Johnny Bonta from College Melka. 16-16, it was McDonald from Vermave and King. Then just a minute and 24 later with 2:20 left in the first, Colin Fitzgerald from Gavin Abbott made it a 2-1 Wolves game at first intermission. Justin McDonald, 9:22 out of the intermission from LaBelle and King, made it a 3-1 Wolves lead. Then they doubled it, Bonta from McKechnie, before Binghamton roared back with 2 of their own, including 1 on the power play from Josh Newberg. And then the nets coming from Nikita Ivashkin, separated by just 3:37. Smelka and Bonta added 2 more the rest of the way, and Brett Parker with 49 seconds to go finish it off as the Wolves going to claim victory in this one, 6-4.
The Wolves are going to outshoot Binghamton 13-11, period number 3. Totals for the game, 38-30. And Binghamton 1 for 5 on extra man opportunities. Wolves 0 for 4 here tonight. Well, a great action here tonight, Kobe. I'm glad you made the trip up and we got to see an entertaining hockey game tonight.
Yeah, tonight was awesome, Jeff. Thanks again for having me.
So we're going to close things up here from the Watertown Municipal Arena. As Colby said, Wolves are going to be home on Monday night right here at the Watertown Municipal Arena. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here tonight for Watertown Wolves Hockey. For Eric Thorstein and Thunder Force Media for Watertown Wolves, my name is Jeff Barrett for Colby Smith. We're glad you could join us here. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week.